Good morning, good afternoon, good night. You're back. Please let him shoot. We're back. It's your perfect Tuesday night because why? Why, Christoph?
Because we have the best possible lineup.
Perfect, best possible lineup playing. Exactly. That's to my very right.
Oh, that's me. My name's Chrissa. I'm back. It's great to be back here. We've added a bit of colour to the episode today.
True.
It's very
True.
Sorry.
I was like,
sorry.
I went
in
no
our
Riley,
clothing,
no Riley, no Tom. There's a bit of colour in today.
our clothing choice
there's too much colour
is
today.
what I meant.
Yeah.
Anyway, so sorry. To his left. Oh, okay. We're doing this, are we? Okay.
To the middle left.
Middle left.
Me? It's a boy MJ, Born in Africa gang. It's rough. It was a rough morning. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not going to lie. It was really great because I went to bed. I was like, you know what? I feel like Crystal Palace might get a result, but we'll talk about it. To my left.
Blame Samuel. I really should have maybe thought about that name better because now I feel like I'm at fault for what's going on in my life, i.e. Liverpool. But like MJ said, we'll get into it. Let's get into this.
To his right.
Sake.
Now, guys, I don't need an intro today. It's not a day for intros for me.
You can put it up, yeah.
They're not gonna hear anything, bro.
As you can tell, I'm a little bit sad. It feels like I lost today. Not only did I lose one set of friends, I lost the other side as well, same day.
This guy's tracking, bro.
Like, this is what I wanted, no doubt. But now that it's come through, I don't know if I wanted this. I woke up this morning cold, and it's not even cold outside. That's not what I meant. Metaphorically, I meant cold. I texted guys every morning. I say, good morning, guys. Within 30 seconds, one of them's replying. Today, Chrissa, 1 p.m. replies. She says, good morning. It wasn't even morning anymore. Now, my attention, I got to shift it to Pep because I feel like the whole day I was looking for someone to blame. And I found someone. It's Pep. Simple. He's made my friends like this. You know, I've been lucky enough to watch Chelsea win some Premier Leagues in my lifetime. A couple, actually. But some of these guys have just witnessed one that has an asterisk next to it. Some, in the last 20 years, nothing.
Oh yeah.
My friend Mitch hasn't seen a Premier League title.
That's convenient.
My friend Mitch hasn't seen a Premier League title at all. Yet he's every year he's Gunners, yeah. It's actually sad. I don't like this anymore. This podcast is meant for jokes on camera, off camera. You're nice to your friends, whatever. We do stuff. Today, I had to go get a shovel to rake Samuel out of bed because he didn't want to hang out today.
What?
A shovel to rake.
Rake, same. Got it?
Mitch.
Why wouldn't you get a rake?
Mitch didn't want to come today, but his mum kicked him out of the house because the exterminator was in. This is bad. My only good friend is Jordan because he doesn't really follow football. Yet he sent me a message saying "fuck off" when I put the scoreline on Arsenal. So apparently he's an Arsenal fan too. Another body I got to look out for. So Pep, if you ever watch this, please just let me know when it's gonna end. So then I can have my friends back. That's all. That's all I want. Look at how I am, Pep. Look at how I am. Jeremy hasn't said a word today. He's normally narrating this shit. I asked him, do you want me to take over? He said,
We need to.
I said MJ, he's the boot guy.
We
I said MJ, the boot guy.
delete all this.
I sent him, yo, have you seen Watkins' boots? MJ said, nah, I'd never seen him in my life. He was sitting next to the post. Clear as day photo.
It's capping.
So Pep, please just stop. Look at his face. That's not Samuel. This is not MJ. That's not Jeremy. Krista, that's not Krista. I don't.
You said my name right.
Carissa.
Carissa.
Yeah, no,
I don't even know if she can make cookies the same anymore. To be honest, I don't want to try them. Cookies with tears is not cookies. It's meant to be with love. You can cut it now, bro. It's done. The damage is done.
Mitch, the cameras were recording that whole time, right?
It's a waste of my fucking time.
Oh,
Oh man.
thank you for watching.
Chelsea antics, bro. And you know what's worse? You know what's worse? He's not even gonna watch the game tomorrow either.
Yeah, 100%.
His week is
That's it.
This has been the best possible outcome for Buzz because Chelsea haven't played yet.
Yeah, but
It's the
we
best
were
possible
saying before
outcome.
he would have acted the exact same if they
Yeah,
lost.
regardless.
Like,
He doesn't watch the Chelsea game.
yeah, he
anyway,
doesn't
so
care. He's
regardless
very
of what
loud
guy's
during our
crazy,
game.
bro.
regardless of what the score would have been in the Chelsea game. Yeah,
I think
shameless.
that if you lose your friends, like you're the problem. Like that's going to be the downfall of your friendships. Is you.
Tell him.
I'm not gonna say anything. You guys are down. I can't kick my friends when they're down. I'm just gonna leave it.
All right. Well, some of the
God.
comments from last
Thank
week.
God.
This plant is
Thank you.
freaking tickling my neck.
Some of the comments from last week. Shout out Dakota. He said, "You guys are crazy for
Yeah, he's the
exploiting
goat.
Ramadan tactics."
You, a little
Yep.
bit. Yeah.
Well, did it fucking
Exploited.
get the victory?
It did.
Yeah, it did.
Can't.
That's the only thing happy in my life right now.
Yeah.
At least there's something.
Olu posts said, "I can't even lie. Even as a Liverpool fan, I miss Jeremy Szoboszlai agenda today." That was last week. So, well, lucky because he's back.
Send me what you want to say. I'll say it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll text it to you. We got Iraqless 006. Long time no comment. Been tuning in on Spotify lately. Would love to hear some thoughts and predictions on the wild battle of the championship promotion battle. Great episode as always. We'll definitely be checking out One Future Football. Keep up the good work. Hope there's some big Euros content. Facts.
Yeah, I'm ready.
And then one more. Rashid Katana said, "The better you are, the more criticism you get when you don't deliver. I don't get why
That's
Kane should be exempt when Messi and Ronaldo have all got criticism for not winning trophies. But for some reason, Bud thinks Kane shouldn't get criticism for not winning the league with Bayern."
Facts. That's why
I never said that.
That's why Saka's
Clearly
criticism's rising.
Clearly,
this
he
year.
just used to
The
just
better
watch
you get,
TikTok. That's
Facts.
He's been getting the limp.
What did you say?
Have you seen that?
Rashid.
Yeah.
Every
Sorry,
time he
Rashid,
drops
watch
a
the whole
stinker,
episode,
they say
brother.
he limps off.
That's not what I said.
Joshua Loudon said, "You guys need a Brighton or Wolves fan so Bud and Riley can get involved in the convo."
That's my favorite.
Facts.
Read
Maybe
more.
we'll get it. Maybe we should get. We'll do like another episode, like on the
For
side.
the bottom half.
That's
of
like
the table.
like the ones that are like mid to bottom half. Yeah.
yeah.
And then maybe we'll get a relegation show.
Oh, that'd be fun.
We should do 3 shows. One for like
Try
the teams at the
read
The
top.
actual important
One,
teams.
yeah, and then one for like the middle. It'll be like Bud, Riley, a Wolves fan, maybe a Brighton fan. They could be slowly getting into the top one, but they'll probably be with the Chelsea fans. And then we'll get a relegation one as well.
The relegation one would be wild, I reckon.
Yeah. Definitely.
Keep reading comments like that. You guys are getting happy. I like it.
All right. Moy Debele said, "Bro, if Bud could articulate himself better, he would cook in these debates."
That's actually probably
If I
true.
could
It's a
articulate
bit of a
better,
backhanded compliment.
No, yeah.
if I could articulate better, I'd be prime minister. So I don't want that.
Yep.
Never
Exactly.
mind. I take it back.
I don't want that.
Exactly. Well, guys,
Oh,
continue
man.
to comment, continue to like,
Please do.
continue to share,
do.
subscribe, all of that goodness. We need more love always because, you know.
Especially at a time like this.
Yeah, exactly. Especially during dark times,
Mm.
tough times.
We
Well,
need the support.
Exactly.
Apparently they never last, but at least you guys still have your coach for next season.
True.
True.
Yeah. Oh,
True.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Let's get
Yeah.
into these Prem games in chronological order so we can go through the timeline of emotion. So first, City Luton, 5-1. Doku turned up to his monthly game.
Jesus.
My
One
He
in.
was
One
so
in.
my God.
Cooked.
My God.
Cooked
Easy.
like he wasn't going to play another game this season.
Like, he's like, this is it. This is my time to
He
shine.
noticed
all of it in.
Grealish starting to play well.
He's
Yeah.
like, all right.
So he said, yeah, all right,
Yeah.
let me start playing again.
I had a dream that it was a 5-5 draw. And I woke up and I saw the 5 and I was like, there was 5-1. Almost psychic, almost had it. 5. I was like, wow.
City 5, Luton 1 at the Etihad. Own goal, Kovacic, Haaland, Doku, my guy Gvardiol.
Kovacic goal.
Ever
That
since
was
we spoke about
great.
Gvardiol being shit,
He's
he's
like,
the best.
excuse me?
Been the best defender in the league.
He's moving crazy right
Scoring
now.
goals too.
So
My
I
God.
need to do my bad because
Yeah, fair enough.
my God, it started with the game against Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like with
he
City,
was
it always
incredible.
happens that way.
It does.
Against Madrid, scored the bomb,
Yeah.
scored again.
Crazy.
yeah, he's
Great
he's
finish
like
as
that.
well.
Yeah.
Pep must show him this podcast. So.
Yeah, but
said about it.
but guys, is this just the beginning of the end?
Well,
Is this
you look at their run and you're just like, all right, 4-0, 5-0. So it's just like, in what game, except maybe Tottenham, are they gonna not
maximum
win
points?
they're playing
3-0
Sheffield
minimum?
next?
Nottingham, I think.
Nottingham?
Nottingham, they verse like Wolves in there.
Madrid,
Here we go.
Chelsea FA Cup, Brighton, Forest, Wolves, Fulham, Spurs, West Ham.
Like,
Oh, okay.
in what world are they
thought it
gonna
was easier than
not
that.
win at least 3-0 in those
Yeah,
games?
they're winning probably.
You
all
know
their
what the
games.
worst part about this whole thing is? And I think it'll be the worst part for you guys as Arsenal fans. Just when you think like Arsenal are going to be very good for the next maybe 5 years, 6 years, could be longer.
Maybe 3-4, yeah.
When you think about City, their run is never ever going to end until the coach is gone.
Inshallah.
It's never going to end until the coach is gone because we thought that they had older players. Aguero was getting old, Fernandinho was getting old, Kompany was getting old, but they just replaced
It doesn't
them,
matter.
and it feels like nothing because now if you look at their team, they have a young side, a relatively young side. Their best players, except for De Bruyne, you're seeing De Bruyne now getting older, but look who's performing at his best. Foden.
Crazy, yeah.
It's just their team just cycles through players so easily and effortlessly that for the next 5 years, why will they not just keep winning?
It's like they don't even have that like grace period of like, okay, we need to rebuild. It's
Yeah.
just they, like you said, seamlessly just flow through new players and new signings and they just slot in and they're still great.
Yep.
Like it's, it's incredibly
And
frustrating.
we keep doubting them every year. We keep doubting them. The last 2 seasons, far out. City don't look
This season
themselves.
especially, man.
They don't look
Far
themselves.
out.
But realistically, we've talked about how good Liverpool have been this year and how good Arsenal have been this year. So obviously, City have been incredible as well to be
Yeah.
sitting on the top now and expected to go on and just win the league.
Yep.
Things still bad though. Fucking awful. Nunes.
Yeah, he stuffed up for the
Oh.
goal.
Oh, right.
Mateus.
He looks like
He stuffed
the odd one out, and you can see it from a mile away. He needs to go on loan or something before he turns into Calvin Phillips.
up. 50 mil on loan, man.
I think they benefit so much though, just from how deep the squad is.
Yeah.
Because even like on the weekend, they rested so many players and they just got results.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can afford to play 2 different teams in the Premier League, go Champions League, play different side. They can rest players here, rest players there, and nothing really
Doesn't
changes.
matter,
That's what's impressive, and I think Pep does that so well in the Premier League. Like noting that they've got to play Champions League or the cups, the league at such a high standard, and I think to be what City is and what they've been, he's just built a squad so well, and he hasn't spent stupid money on players either. That's what I think people talk about. Oh yeah, they got money. Yeah, they do, but he's also picking up guys for decent prices. You know,
And building a squad.
yeah, and building a squad. It's
And that's
it's
why it feels
phenomenal.
as though they always start the season. They start well, but they don't start the way that they finish the season. And maybe they finish the season because when it gets to this point of the season, the other team's challenging.
They just drop
They're
off.
playing too many competitions. Like even with Liverpool, the same lineup was almost playing every single game for the whole season. Now with City, they can rest Haaland, they can rest
Yeah, it doesn't
Foden, they can
matter.
rest De Bruyne.
And
Whereas-
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. keep-
No, I was just going to say, whereas with Arsenal, you guys kind of rested for the last couple games and been rotating a little bit, but Saka's got to play every game.
Yeah.
Odegaard's
Odegaard's going to play every game. Rice has to play every game. Saliba and Gabriel
Centre-backs
have to play every game. Ben White has to play every game, realistically. And whereas City they can just rotate through the whole squad.
I can't think of any other team in the world that has the ability to do that.
Yeah.
To be able to just completely swap your team and rest players like that. Even when they have injuries, it doesn't seem to be an issue. And yeah, like you said, with us especially, like it's showing now like how tired our squad looks. And they're just getting stronger towards the end of the season, which is,
Yeah,
I wonder how they keep people happy.
I don't know.
Just continuously.
I think it's winning.
Winning trophies, yeah.
When you're gonna win, as a player, you're like, oh, we're gonna win something, I trust the coach, and I feel like Pep, he knows how to instill this like mentality that if you're here, this is what you need to do. This is the contract you need to sign. If you don't want to sign it, you're out of there. And I think that's just how he keeps the balance. And we've seen in the past dudes like Eto'o, Zlatan, phenomenal players, but he gets rid of them. Doesn't matter how good you are, he gets rid of them, and he knows how to keep that mentality in the squad where people will sit on the bench, no complaints. Doku doesn't play for weeks, no complaints. He comes on and performs. Foden doesn't play, no complaints. He comes on, same energy. You know, the only one who's complaining is KDB. He's a little crybaby, but he just knows. And I think, you got to give him credit because to be able to do that with the kind of talent he deals with it's crazy.
Should there be any complaints if the team's winning and performing? Do you guys feel?
Nah. I feel like once there is complaints, they just end up leaving. It's by the time they've got to that 4 years or 5 years, and it's like they're happy to let them go.
Yeah, but if you're part of a winning squad that wins the game before, and then you come out, you have a right to, I guess, complain.
Like Cancelo.
There's the bigger picture, though.
Cancelo went from
City.
being left back of the season, he's not even a left back, to then being told that they don't want him, and sent him out on loan to another loan. So players like that have a right to. For instance, whatever wing is playing well, they keep winning. What's the reason for them coming out?
Rotation. He probably tells them that. He'd probably say, you've been playing really well, but...
No, I'm not saying I'm saying like there is a right for them to be angry or feel some type of way about them coming out.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
is frustrating, so I see why even players like KDB, even though knowing a big game, he'll always be the one that starts. It's more like the players that are like in and around the squad. Like, for instance, Rico Lewis. He's young, but he would want to play more. But he had a really good game on the weekend. He probably won't start against Madrid, or he won't start against whoever their next opponent is.
I feel like any player that maybe does speak up and complain, they could be seen as like egotistical and I really said Klopp.
I hear
It
that.
doesn't stand for players like that.
Yeah.
So like I think, and they don't really have a leg to stand on. If you're winning, it's like, what are you complaining about? You're you're playing well, but it's someone else's turn to, I don't know.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying, but it's
yeah.
like when they're winning, how can they complain as well? Yeah.
But if you have a strong case, if you play really well, then I think that is your case.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter if the next team performs and
Plays
wins.
really well.
It's like, well, he's done really well as well. So, like, I've got a hard decision to make.
Like, as the manager, your sole responsibility is creating a team that's going to win.
Right.
Games, titles, everything. If you're doing that, does certain players overall, like, understanding of their spot in the team, blah, 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 and like how they feel about it, should that outweigh the need for rotation? Like,
Nah.
Well, if he comes out and lies, then yeah.
what do you mean?
Like, for instance, he said, this is funny, but he said, we can never replace Aguero. Then he's gone out and done something like that. I feel like he deceives
That's
his...
not a lie, though.
I think a way out of it is he deceives his players into thinking that it's for another reason that might not be... that might make it sound a little bit better.
Is that good management though?
Is it good, though? You're
I don't
deceiving
think
people.
he'd I feel like he'd be honest, if anything.
He's
I
the
don't-
best of the best, man.
No, but I think...
Psychology.
I think
Yeah.
it's...
You know how to like...
Yeah, but he to me looks like a guy that weaves away from things. Like,
Yeah,
for instance, when Yaya wasn't playing, he didn't come out with a reason. It was just, and I think that's kind of personal with the Yaya one. I think it stemmed from Barca.
Yeah.
So it's just like he has a way around it where he looks good still to the media,
Yeah,
and he
I get
makes
what you're
the
saying.
player look like it makes people think that it's somewhat the player's fault.
But I think it would be a problem only if they weren't winning every game. They're winning every game, so regardless of what he does, he's a genius.
No matter what argument you
Yeah.
make. It's like,
I
well,
mean,
It takes a fucking one smart, but two just extremely fucking meditated manager to be across like 20 players who are quality, and be able to tell certain players what they need to hear, other players what they need to improve on, gas these players up, rotate these players and tell them relax, they're going to get back in the squad. Like, I feel as though to be able to maintain that for so many years means he is either a genius or a psychological demon.
I think he's both.
Yeah, I think he's slimy.
But it works.
Yeah, it does.
It does work, but
And it
if
works
you were
really
a player
well.
coming out of that, you would think that.
But
But what's the trade-off?
But
What's the trade-off?
You had
Like,
the best period of
do you
your
prefer
career.
a manager who's just going to be straight up, but you're not going to achieve maybe 5 times the success that you've achieved?
There's success, and then there's success in other things as well, though. Like certain other managers have won a lot, and they seem to be happy.
I think a good example of this is when Henry spoke about his time at Arsenal versus his experience at Pep, because Henry believes Pep is the best manager, and I think it's for those reasons we've been saying. Like, he knows he has a clear philosophy. This is what you have to do. Players have to align with that.
Yeah.
Whereas, he was under Wenger, who a lot of people say is one of the best, of this generation as well. But he says that Wenger is very different. And he says he appreciates Pep more because of the way he used that mentality to get people to buy into him, as opposed to being more of a manager to adapt to his different players, or like to be a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
So I think that's an interesting way to put it. And I think that's why Pep is so successful and he can pivot so much, because he's able to get who he wants to change into playing in his way. Because players will come into Pep's system and play his way, which is why Dortmund Haaland, people used to rate him highly. Whereas City Haaland, in terms of as a player, he scored more goals, but as a player, people are like, oh, he does this, because you can see that he's so systematic now. But he's bought into that, which is why Haaland will happily drop 4 out of 10s, but the team's winning every game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. So, is it on? What I'm like trying to get at is, I think it's fake happiness. Like, these guys are happy because they know at the end it's like the goal is to win a trophy. So you get there, but that doesn't mean like you feel the best at the end of the day.
I mean,
for instance, like look at Bayern Leverkusen. You look at the squad, just looking at it, I feel like they are like at a much happier space. Like,
I don't think
like they can express themselves more freely.
But that's
as
only
players.
1 year though.
Yeah,
1 year is very different.
Yeah, it is. No, it is 1 year definitely. But I've never seen that at City. Like, I feel like that when City do win, even the first couple, like the first year, for instance, the second, it's like, why are these players leaving then?
But there's a difference between winning when you're not expected to win and how you
when
feel
you're
versus
expected to
your
win.
expectation is winning. Winning doesn't feel the same when you're expected to win week in, week out. At the end of the day, it just feels like you're doing your job. Yeah, we won.
Winning the finals, that's
Dusted,
different.
Cool.
Yeah.
But Bayer Leverkusen are coming from a place where they haven't won a league ever.
Yeah.
So
No, that was just an example of happiness in a squad, not because of
I know. But I'm saying, like, any
general.
team that will now win it, even if Arsenal were to win the league right now, all the players are going to be over the moon. The whole squad is going to be over the moon.
Yeah, I
fan
hear
base
that.
over the moon. But that's because the expectation hasn't been every year we're going to win the Premier.
Well, then we take Champions League, for example, when City did win it.
They were gassed. That was the biggest moment in their club's history.
They're gassed, but it's not the same as, like, for instance, when Real Madrid won it. Like, you see, it's something that I don't know how to compare.
How do you know that? But
Yeah,
No,
I
but
think it is.
like I'm comparing it from just looking at
Okay.
the way teams like are celebrating wins.
Yeah, okay.
For instance, like it's almost to City like getting it on their whatever attempt it was. It didn't feel as great.
Yeah,
From what I saw, it didn't look as great as, for instance, if they won it on their second attempt. Or
Because they've known
they're-
we're the best team in the world for the last 6 years.
We
5,
should have
6
won it,
years, so
maybe
we should have
for
won it.
6
So
or
when
7
they
years.
did win it, it was kind of like a finally.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
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 Which makes sense. It makes sense that it would feel like that because they've been the best team in the world for how many years and they
I think
hadn't won
when
the
that
Champions
mentality is like so instilled in a team or a player, whatever, it doesn't feel like you're winning. And it's like, oh fuck, we need to sell. We won, mad. Like they obviously celebrate, but I feel as though when you're so used to winning, it just feels like anything less than
Yeah, you've
that
checked
is
off another
depressing,
box.
and
Yeah.
anything that is like.
And
good.
it's
We
why
won.
he said he brings in new players all the time and he always brings in new players is because once people start winning and once people have won a lot, they don't have the same desire to win again. The same reason that certain teams, once they're at the top for a bit, they can't keep challenging for the league. They need years off.
Yeah.
Whereas City, they bring in new players because they have the desire to win again.
just
That's
keep
why he has
winning,
to
keep
keep
being
just
the best.
refreshing the squad.
Yeah. Anyway,
Oh, well.
good combo. Let's go chronological order. Liverpool, Palace. Palace 1-0 at Anfield. This is Van Dijk's second league game lost at Anfield. This is the first.
These guys would go hard.
This is the first time Palace have won an away game this season.
No, this year.
This year?
Calendar
Is it?
year.
Nah, or maybe in the last like couple months, I think it is. Yeah, something like that.
It's either this year or this season.
That can't be this season. This year, I think.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's this year.
Oh,
though,
yeah,
to be honest.
I'm not too sure, but they said it in the game. I was too gassed, I think, when they were talking.
Yeah.
you guys at home?
No.
No,
Oh, they didn't beat us at home.
I don't think they win many games away.
I think
they don't.
This new manager's
I
not
think
bad.
it is their first win
With Roy, I'm pretty sure they only got points
this
at home.
year.
Yeah,
They
this
beat
year.
Burnley away. Yeah, this year.
I heard it. Yeah.
It's their first away win. Liverpool
Jeez.
lose at home
Wonderful, man.
back-to-back games for
First
the first
time
time since 2017.
With the crowd.
Yeah, they lost in COVID.
We lost
as
with
well.
COVID once we won the league.
Yeah.
Still got battered that game. 5 is a lot to lose to, bro.
What?
Burnley? You forgetting what Burnley did to them?
Burnley never scored 5 goals against
What are
us.
you talking?
What are you
Search
on
it up,
about?
Mitch.
You talking
What was it? Sorry, I think it was 3.
Watford beat them 3-0.
Oh,
Yeah.
this guy did
That
that.
was away.
Wasn't it 5?
I don't think
It was
Burnley beat
not
Liverpool
5.
5-0.
Oh, at home. Are you
What are you
okay?
talking about?
What was it?
I don't know. Anyway,
Anyway,
Folks,
that's
did that.
not important.
Chris has some thoughts,
Um,
feelings.
I don't know.
I
You
don't
could look- I
You
don't
guys
know.
can just talk freely because I can't really
That
say
was-
Mitch, search
Yeah.
up Burnley
Yeah, I
the
can't talk.
worst,
versus Liverpool.
the worst game I've watched in a long time. It was just, it was so bad. Like, I think we're seeing the effects of this season. It's like everyone looked tired. The only player that did anything was Robbo for me. He was
100%.
electric. He was trying to create everything, and the rest of the team were awful. Mo Salah did not complete a pass until I think the 80th minute. Like, why he stayed on the whole game, why Curtis Jones stayed on the whole game.
Yeah.
And like, yes, second half we like created chances. I don't know, our XG was like 3 something. Like,
Oh,
it's like, how have we not scored again? Like, I don't know.
in the last 2 games, we haven't scored against Atalanta and against Crystal Palace. We've had 40 shots, no
That's-
goals.
In
As
2
a-
games?
In 2
As
games.
a neutral watching the game, I genuinely felt it maybe until the 85th minute there wasn't a moment where Liverpool weren't going to win the game.
Yeah.
It's so wild because
when I watched it
Same.
later,
I'm like, okay, we're obviously going to score.
one of
like-
those chances in like this, it was like between the 68th minute and the 75th. There was the Curtis Jones 1-on-1 miss. There was the Darwin
yeah.
open, like
I think-
all
was
he had
it
to do was the volley,
Jota
and then the Jota
Yeah.
where Szoboszlai cut it
Yeah.
to him, open goal, the defender blocks it.
Yeah.
In any of those 3 go in, I
The game finishes
completely
3 or
think we
4-1.
win.
Yeah, of
we win the
course,
game.
of course, yeah.
And for me, it's just so frustrating because how at home, one, we didn't control the game
At
near
all.
what it should have been.
No,
I don't even think we
Palace?
controlled the game. Yeah.
I know they let a lot of chances, allowed a lot of chances, but how their team was set up and how they
Especially
played the game,
defensively?
they were good.
Yeah,
Frustrating.
dangerous.
Centre back?
Oh, Lerma was
I won't even
clamped.
talk about
For how bad Will Hughes was on the ball, how good he was defensively,
Engine.
it didn't allow Liverpool to, like, the midfielders to get on the ball at all.
Engine.
Like, McAllister, he's been very good recently, was awful in the game.
Awful.
He couldn't do anything. He was completely marked out of the game.
Warden, good.
Unbelievable.
What about this guy?
Oh, Szoboszlai?
Yeah.
No. Who's that? Endo? Why is that Endo?
How do you know it then?
I don't know. He's Jordan
Getting
Getty.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, doing an
Endo,
endo.
that was his worst. What?
an endo,
An
like
endo,
a
like
backflip.
a backflip.
Oh, right.
Going forward.
That's smart.
He wasn't
Clever.
A running
Yeah.
back.
He was not
yeah,
good.
he was
He
awful.
did get dragged early.
He
It's
did,
half
yeah.
time.
He was awful.
And like,
Just side to side.
it was just like, I don't know if, like I
Think
said, if
I've
this is
seen
just
before.
like the effects now of like
think
having
I
such a
remember
stretched
those
squad, and now
times.
we're just
This-
like so tight. It looked like
Yeah, I think so.
they were just all exhausted. Like from
They were
the
exhausted
first
midweek
minute-
as well.
Yes,
Against
oh my
Atalanta, it
God.
was like a really, really
And, like,
exhausted performance.
I swear we just spent the whole game just like playing it across our back line
You-
until we could find.
You
a
know,
like, it
one
was
sub
just
that didn't make any sense to me. He took off Luis Diaz
Yeah.
when he's showing during the game that he's the only of our forward who creates for others and can create for himself. For me, taking him off, it did. Although Gakpo was pretty good when he
he
came
was
on,
very
Yeah,
good.
he
I
actually
was,
was.
yeah.
Luis
impressed.
Diaz taking him off just will never ever make sense to me because yes, taking Salah off,
The only
because
reason he
can
doesn't
sc-
want to take Salah off in any game is at any moment
he can score.
be the
Yeah.
difference.
He can score.
But in
he
that
had
game-
not Every time the ball went to him, I can't remember who was marking him.
Lerma. It was Lerma for the whole game.
Won the ball
him
every
up.
time. He got a toe in,
Eating
he got a
him.
header.
Pause.
And
Like,
Mitchell.
There was literally not one time where he controlled the ball and played a pass until it was like the
And
80th
this is a
minute.
Let's not talk about. Let's. I mean,
I'm like,
let's talk about who was the man of the match in the game because he was by
Darwin.
far
Anderson?
Anderson.
Oh my
Anderson
God.
for me.
Darwin.
Darwin was man of the match for Crystal Palace. Yeah, Anderson for me that's one of the best centre back performances I've seen at Anfield.
Magnet.
Every single ball into the box he won. The one where it goes over the top and Szoboszlai cuts it first time, Anderson wins. Any single time the ball in the box, yes, they gave up chances, but to do that, keep Liverpool to a clean sheet as well. I think that's the first time this season in the league that a team's kept us to 0 at Anfield.
shit.
And like, oh my God,
He just, it didn't need to be pretty. He was like, it's like his life's mission on that day was to like not let us.
Yeah, and the worst
he
thing,
was fantastic.
the worst thing is we've just got our players back as well.
Yeah.
Now we pretty much have our whole squad back.
Yeah.
And Palace were wasteful. They had opportunities in the game
my
to
God.
create
Mateta.
something.
Oh my God,
and they
the
just
Mateta
lacked.
miss.
Yeah,
where
I was
gonna
say
Yeah.
that composure.
The Mateta miss
That's
could
the
have
biggest,
killed the
probably
game
biggest miss
early.
of the game.
Yeah.
But even they got into they played out and got into positions where they could create stuff, and they just lacked a final ball.
Well, similar to when they played City. They probably could have been up
Yeah,
2,
at
scored
the start,
2.
if they
Bit more composure, decision making, but
you look at City
Palace
against Palace, they completely go behind. They
foot on the
completely
neck,
just
yeah.
dominate the game. It was a matter of time. Liverpool, it was a matter. It felt like a matter of time
the first
until we
half was
scored.
end to end though.
Yeah, the second half
Not
felt like a
for the
matter of
whole
time.
game, but
I was like,
Till we scored.
like you said, it got to a point where you're just like, we're actually losing this. Like,
Yeah.
I was stunned. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
I think the
there's
weirdest.
no way we're not scoring, and then like chance after chance gets blocked.
Yeah,
Henderson was
I'm telling you.
great. Made the save on Diaz is like
yeah.
flying.
Yeah.
Like, and then the 1-on-1, like Darwin.
The Darwin
shit, he should have
miss,
hit.
yeah.
But like, I'm just like, what? Like,
It felt like it's
like it
so
was in a
weird,
dream.
but it honestly felt as though not until maybe the 88th minute, 89th minute,
over.
that it was game over.
Yeah.
And not game over that we couldn't draw. It was game over that we wouldn't win.
Yeah.
That's what not until the 89th minute. And it feels so weird, like that being a feeling, because obviously, Bud, for you, Chelsea games, you could feel like it's
Stand.
over in the 30th minute.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
feel like it's over in the 40th
100%.
minute. But genuinely, as a Liverpool fan, you will never, it doesn't
you have that
feel like the
belief
game
always.
ever.
Yeah.
The game's over, which is why I can't just stop now thinking that. I don't think we're going to go on to win the league. I
No,
really
no.
don't think so.
Quad still on or no?
Yeah, nah.
You know what it is?
Obviously not.
You know what it is with Liverpool? I said this last week or the week before. I said, we've been deceived this whole year. I never watched Liverpool games because, yeah, they'd win. But now watching, you realize Liverpool, they're not that good. They're not that good.
You watched one game, man.
No, it's not. Because the last game I watched, where you scraped the win against, who was it? We watched at the...
What's here?
Yeah, who'd they scrape?
Against Brighton.
wasn't that the Sheffield game?
No, it was the
was
Brighton game.
Brighton.
Oh,
Yeah.
Brighton.
Still.
Yeah, Brighton.
And what I said last week was, for them being the team number one, this has probably been the worst team I've seen at first in a
It's
while
not true.
in the Premier League.
Chelsea won the league. You
Because-
remember when you guys won the league?
Because
We're
I
much
think,
better than you.
because I think, yeah, maybe 3 years ago Liverpool, not now. This
I think
Liverpool
we
team
are.
just lost to Palace, cuz.
That makes us bad because we lost.
No, I'm
We've literally lost
talking
3
about
games.
performances.
Yeah,
I
lost
said
3
it.
games all season.
I said it
But we're
against
not that
Brighton.
good apparently.
You won still. I said it against Brighton and you won.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if we win.
Well, you're
You
not.
don't
though.
have to
You're not winning
look
now.
pretty and,
Yeah,
and
every
play
game.
well
It's-
to
like
win
I said-
games.
like I said,
It's not looking pretty, and you're not winning now. You lost to Atlanta and now against
But
these
like
guys.
now you want to talk. Now you want to talk. Like I said to Jeremy, Arsenal. This is their first game this year where they haven't been excellent, in my opinion. This is their first game this year where they haven't been
Second half.
Yeah, where they haven't been excellent. This is the first time, and you lost the game. The point that you're making about Liverpool having to look great and win all the time.
No, I didn't say that.
You're saying this is the worst team to.
No, I
but-
said this looks bad.
Yeah, that's exactly what I just said.
Yeah.
Not looking great.
But I'm not saying you have to look good. I'm just stating the obvious now. This
You're
looks
saying
bad.
we're the worst team.
Yeah, you
No,
said
I'm saying
To
the
be
worst
first.
team
Yeah.
to be first.
it's.
I've
How
seen
is
it
that
not
possible
well.
when we're excellent?
What do you mean?
didn't see what we did to you guys away from home.
You just lost to Palace.
I mean, at home.
At home.
You
Yes,
just lost
that's
to
what we're
Palace.
saying.
and you lost to Atalanta. Two home games and you both lost in both of them.
This is
4
what
goals.
we're saying.
Yeah, I don't know why this makes us automatically now the
Have you not
worst
watched
team
the
to be
whole
first.
season?
What's wrong with me saying that this is the worst first place team I've seen
It's
play?
extremely,
It's
it's
dumb.
extremely stupid.
Why?
Because
How's
it
it dumb?
just doesn't make any sense.
It does.
You're saying
You
it off
guys are not
2
hearing it.
losses.
You've
when
seen Chelsea first. You've seen the United teams that have won the league
Yeah,
before.
Jesus.
You
Some
saw
dodgy
Leicester
teams.
win the league.
What United team was this bad? Like
Almost-
watching them play football this
You
bad.
think United played nice football?
Almost all of
but
Sir Alex
you knew-
Ferguson's
you knew what-
friggin'
you knew what
title
you
winning
did for.
sides.
This guy
So
thinks
is it off-
United was prime Barca or something.
Yeah, bro.
No, I'm not saying
I don't
that.
think you watched
Only
I'm not
United
saying
play
that.
counter
I'm not saying
attacking
that.
team,
any time
bro.
in
I'm not saying that.
between 2000 and
I'm
2010.
saying because these guys glazed Liverpool so hard that when I went to go watch,
What do you mean glaze Liverpool so
you guys
hard?
were glazing them for how many weeks?
We've been
straight?
saying non-stop that, like, okay, we haven't played. Like, there's been games where we've been phenomenal, like
Yeah,
City
of
game, for
course.
example. And then there's other games where we're like, okay, we haven't played well, but we've
I've been
won the
here.
game.
We've won, and
I've
that's
been here.
And we've said that. We said, okay, he wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Yeah.
It's a bit shaky, but we won, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, man.
And it shouldn't matter. If we were first and we were winning games, what's your point? Like,
yeah,
it doesn't matter.
United,
Yeah.
It's
you've
the
just
statement I
apparently
made. I don't know why you guys are angry about it.
That's what I'm saying.
'Cause
Just like
it's
United,
stupid.
now
We
you've,
don't need
you've
to debate
apparently,
it.
you've
I just-
apparently
I just
forgotten
stated
that
something.
We're just
United
going to let
weren't
you say
great.
something and not
Football-wise.
retaliate.
No, you can. But I
Okay.
don't know why you have to be more right than me.
I'm not saying that.
No
I'm
one
just
said-
saying
It
your
doesn't
point
It's your
doesn't make
point.
sense.
like
Your
it
point
is.
doesn't make sense.
It does. To me, it does.
Okay.
And to people that watch Liverpool, from the glazing I hear to what we saw last
What's the
3
Liverpool
games,
glazing?
it's different.
Explain to me what the glazing is.
I think it's like, for instance,
United owners.
Sabozlai, you glaze. What happened to him? Endo,
But then when Sabozlai was playing
You've been
poorly,
saying
when
he was-
Sabozlai was playing poorly,
you're asking me. You're asking me, right? So I'm giving you an example.
no, but glazing,
Oh, man.
glazing should surely mean that when they're playing,
we
regardless
watched
of
Endo
how
the
they're
other
playing.
day, didn't we? Correct? I know it's because you lost. You can't say much today. That's why I'm talking
No,
for
I
you
just
as
don't
well.
understand what point you're making.
Yeah, at all.
It's not a point. It's just a statement I
I
made.
agree. We watched Endo.
Right?
Okay.
What were Liverpool fans saying before?
Yeah, they were
And he
loving
had
Endo.
been great.
Yeah.
They said they wouldn't swap him
Without
out
him-
for other sixers in the league.
That's what's happened
He's the
said,
best six in the
specifically.
league.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't
No
say
one
he's
said
the
he's the
best.
best six in the
Right now,
league.
he would
said
take-
top five
Calm down,
best.
no one
Right
said
now,
he
he'd
was
take
Sixes,
over certain sixes that aren't performing right now, but should still be higher than him.
Yeah.
Did he not say
It was
that?
a
He
right
did.
now question.
He
Right.
did say
It was
that.
a
So that's
right
the
now
glazing
question.
I'm talking about right now.
But that's not glazing.
That's
is.
giving someone their
Because-
flowers when they've been
because-
performing
Yeah,
well.
I don't-
it's
Without
not.
Endo, we
Because
wouldn't
it's
have won so many
unrealistic.
games.
Glazing
It's
would mean
unrealistic.
okay,
Because
but you brought up
he was
Sabozlai
saying-
as your first point.
he was
but
saying
for the
players
last
that-
2 or 3 months, we've been saying Sabozlai hasn't been performing.
Yeah.
So how's
but
that
I'm
glazing?
started the
No, because
season.
I'm saying
how's that
from the start
glazing?
of the season.
But how's that glazing?
You said he's Gerrard-esque.
Yeah,
He
so-
was at
yeah,
the start
he
of
was.
the season.
So
You just said yourself you
That's-
didn't watch
that's-
any games before now.
Gerrard-esque.
So you wouldn't know
and
that.
Liverpool
So where's
fans,
the consistency
Liverpool
in that?
fans weren't the only ones to say that.
Yeah.
where's the consistency in that?
In what his performances?
No, the whole Gerrard-esque.
'Cause his
Why
performances-
are we not saying it?
Because
But
his
then it's
performances have gotten
It's just saying that we
poor.
just throw out. We just throw out there. If
You said
friggin'
Mason Mount
if
was
friggin' a
Lampard.
halfback in NRL has a great game, from now on I'm allowed to say he's Thurston-esque?
A great game.
Of course not. It's just consistency that gets you these labels that you're so much saying.
Somebody said if Sabozlai didn't have any Z's in his name, nobody would gas him.
Facts.
Nobody's gassing someone called Sabozlai.
Facts. Endo too.
Anyway,
He has no
your
season, he's
point
Liverpool.
is strange.
Chris,
but yes,
Do you have enough to keep it going to the final day?
I have been so positive. Like you asked me, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago, and I was like, "We're winning all of our last games." After the draw with United, no problem. You know, I was obviously very confident before, but now it's like it's in City's hands, and when it's in City's hands,
Yeah, we've
there's
seen
not
it
much
too
we
many
can do.
times.
And I look at our draw. I'm still confident, but something has to change between now and our next game. Like I don't know
Who do they got?
if
Nice to have
what's
Jota
going to
back.
happen.
They
Yeah,
got 4 away games in a row.
I don't know what's going to happen on Friday. You know, we've done it before, but the other times the second leg has been at Anfield, so I don't know
Yeah.
what's going to happen.
I can tell
Yeah.
you what's going to happen.
Liverpool don't have a home game for 4 games in a row
Like that's not great
until
either.
May the 6th.
Jeez.
And like I still believe in Klopp. I think he's got something. He always seems
I
to pull
would
the
not
players
put
through.
any of these performances where we've dropped points down to Klopp and the tactics,
No,
like at
no
all.
way.
It's all been completely performance.
See, but so many Liverpool fans are like, "Oh, like why would he start this play? Why would he do that? Blah blah blah." And I'm just
Yeah.
like,
it's
it's a team thing. There's no one yesterday that
Yeah.
you can pin. Like obviously there was players that were worse than others, but
Like Van Dijk.
it's what.
Van Dijk's terrible on the
Oh,
weekend.
for fuck's sake. Anyway, there's
strange,
there's
it's
nowhere,
strange.
no way that Klopp can be. Like people were saying, like, all right, like time to go. I'm like, are you kidding me? Have you forgotten the last 9 years? Like what?
yeah,
he's
it's
done?
really
And
weird.
if anyone can maybe get something out of this season, it can be him. But it's hard after watching the way we played the last 2 games to have any sort of confidence. But I'm going to try. I don't think we're going to win the league, but yeah, I don't know.
I'll tell you what.
It's the Prem, so
Anything
never say never.
So I'm a definitive place finish for Liverpool.
I think third.
We don't.
Obviously.
Okay, we
There
can't
you
get
go.
into it.
There
Jeremy,
it is.
sorry.
You wanted the answer.
Arsenal versus Villa at the Emirates. Villa 2, Arsenal 0.
Man.
It's definitely made my night happier.
Oh my God. I woke up this morning. I was like, I actually smiled.
I watched
thought
the
was
game
gonna
and
be
went to
depressed
sleep
today.
like not
Yes.
fully wanting
Yeah.
to kill myself.
Nah.
It definitely made my
Let's
night
let
happier.
Bud go.
abuse.
Bud, you can go.
No.
No, go.
I want you guys to go first.
No, you can go.
I'll nitpick certain things once you guys talk about it.
The game in totality. First half, completely different game to the second half. So based on the second half alone, we deserve to lose the game.
Yeah.
If you look at the game as a whole, the first half, I thought Arsenal were quite good.
Yeah. It was,
The game-
like 90-something%.
Exactly.
performance,
The
I'd
game
say,
was,
first
I
half.
was even saying to MJ, if we go in at 1-0, it's almost a perfect half
Yeah,
because
definitely.
I think we put the real fucking,
Stamp.
we demoralized them if we go up 1-0. Their energy fades, they'll start making changes. They've got a cup game midweek, blah, 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 blah. The fact that we went in at 0-0, Trossard missed that big chance. I know they had chances too. I know they could hit us on the
They
break
didn't
a
have
couple times.
chances in the first half. They had
Did they
that
hit the post in
one.
the first
Ollie
Watkins hit the post.
Yeah.
Hit the post.
And that was from Arsenal mistake.
Yeah.
From
But
who?
Gabriel passed the ball
Oh,
into
okay.
Zinchenko.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was-
Gabriel
Yeah.
into who?
Yeah,
Zinchenko.
definitely
yeah.
Gabriel mistake.
And then
Isn't that
they had
two
that
in
chance, but
2 and 3 days for Gabriel?
Well, I don't think that other one is the Gabriel's fault, one in Champions League, but you can say that if you want to
It was.
if you want to reach at that, go sure.
It definitely
sure.
was.
It's,
Did Raya pass the ball to Rice?
It was to go into Kivior, but
Kivior, sorry.
Kivior was playing stuck in the mud. Anyway, if we score that goal, Trossard gilt edge chance on any 10, 100 other times we do that, he scores. Arsenal up 1-0 in the
Crazy how
game, and
football
we
works,
we
man.
deserve that because
Yes.
we had a lot of other chances. A lot of other times we entered the box, created, pinned them back.
Havertz thought he was great in
And
the
you're
first
going to
half.
give up. We're not a fucking super team that can control the game all for 100% of the game. Like
Yeah.
people think against Villa, we should limit them to 0 chances. No,
Yeah.
they can't create a thing.
So
like
funny.
Even
they're Villa.
City create, like, they
concede
They
chances.
concede
Yeah,
lots
of
of
course.
chances.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're trying to
And
play.
we're playing a high line because we're suffocating Villa. Yes, they're going to get chances on the break.
And they're one of the
only
best
makes sense.
counter-attacking teams in the league. It's a testament more to how good Arsenal have been, especially this year,
Yeah.
because people now expect you guys to just
Not
not concede
concede.
any
Not-
chances.
Exactly.
So you concede chances, you also lose a game, and now it feels like
The
to
end
you
of the
guys
world.
end of the world. But this year you've been the best
No,
team
to
in Europe.
me, I straight after the game immediately, I did feel like it was fucking end of the world, disappointing. But with context, we would have had to go till the end of the season, 18 wins from 19.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
There's no-
How am I meant to be
Yeah.
pissed off at the team or the players or the club if we don't go 18 from 19?
Yeah. And you didn't lose to
Games
some
this
bums
year.
like us.
Exactly.
Like
We lost-
Villa.
We lost to
Exactly.
Villa, a good side, but we were at home, which is
That's
why I
yeah.
felt like
True.
we should have had the edge in the game. And even when they scored to make it 1-0, it's the 83rd minute or something,
I was like-
I think we can still get a point from
Yeah, I
the
was
game.
like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I think we could win, but I think we could get a point. Then, bang again. They hit us again.
What a
Yeah.
goal.
That was great.
But based on how we played the second half, extremely naive. We couldn't create chances. I think Arteta made poor substitutions.
horrible
Very poor.
subs.
He took off Ben White, whether that was
Odegaard was
fatigue,
cooking in the
minutes.
first half and he took him
Odegaard,
off.
he said, felt something. That's why he came off.
Oh, okay.
But the fact that he left Zinchenko on and took Ben White off pissed me off.
Strange.
For me, it didn't matter.
Ben
He's-
White's, you got
trust
to back
your-
your boys.
trust
Yeah.
your
yeah,
players.
definitely. He's been so good.
You gotta
too,
back
like-
your
And
boys.
Villa scored with their 2 shots on target in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't look at the game and be like, oh my God, Arsenal are so shit. But it does show how far we've come that,
Yeah.
especially MJ and I's expectation is that we could go 18 from 19, winning every single game till the end of the season.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt.
To win the league.
I felt that realistically, there's no one who should beat us out of any of the teams that we're going to play. So
Yeah.
I think that just shows that as an Arsenal fan and as a team, we've grown so much,
You guys
and
have
we've got
come
to
a
look
long
at the
way.
journey, not the destination. As much as like I want to win the Prem, I want to win the Champions League. I can't be so obsessed with to win the Prem. We can't lose. It's impossible to lose. Whereas
Which is
the reality
just not
is
realistic.
And this is why I think I was putting all my
Eggs in the...
faith in hoping we win the Prem is because we would have had to been perfect
Yeah.
to win the Prem. Whereas the Champions League, we can go to Bayern, nick a 1-0, play the semi,
different.
nick results, get to the final. But this would show that we are genuinely the best team if we won the Prem.
But also, I think with the Champions League, League for me...
I'll take the Champions League.
No, the Champions League for me is like, you look at City, best team in the world for 5...
Couldn't win.
Yeah,
couldn't win. 5 years, they couldn't win. Took them till whatever the 5th year to win the Champions League. Whereas with Arsenal, it's like, even the draw with Bayern might look like worse, because obviously you guys are a much better side than Bayern. But the Champions League is just, it's a different competition. It's not the league. It's very, very different. And yeah, I think you guys will be able to see why the years when Liverpool finished second and we finished with 97 points or 98 points and everyone laughs and everyone like talks, you can understand you guys will be almost completely perfect this year. Imagine you go on to win every single game for the rest of the season and you finish second.
And there's a lot of results that we definitely should have picked up points. We should have given us a buffer.
That's the same with
us.
I
agree. Yeah. I agree that we've been very, very good and we can still not.
It's why you can finish off this year. You could literally finish off with 0 points and have been the second best team in all of Europe.
Like dropping 0.
No, like finish with 0 trophies.
Yeah.
And have been, if not the second best team or third best team in all of Europe.
So many people don't see that though.
They can't see it.
That's the same with us. Like when we lost, it's like, and you can pinpoint the games. You know,
exactly.
This decision to go away. VAR did this. He missed a chance. He missed a chance there. But it is a massive credit to Arsenal how far they've come. Like
in the space
it's your
of
first time in the Champions League in how many years?
7, yeah.
Like
8, yeah.
you know, and I think that's to your advantage. Like having not played Champions League in a while, a lot of teams, it's sort of
We're not
very
jaded.
similar, very same teams up in the quarters, in the semi. So I don't know. I think you guys have a good chance. I hate to say it at the Champions League, but
I mean,
if you don't win a trophy, of course, it's like, but you have
Very
to look at the bigger picture, which people don't look at. They're like, even with us, they're like, oh, like Mickey Mouse trophy, whatever. But like, you have to look at the season as a whole. And like, even I'm like, fuck, Arsenal have come a long way. And like,
100%.
we said about a month ago, we're more scared of you guys than we are of City. Like, obviously it's changed now, but yeah, it's still a successful season and you're only going to get better. So
yeah. I think though,
Yeah.
based on the game, it's fucking... I felt like some of the moments in the game were pathetic. Like we were pathetic.
I have issues
like
with
Arsenal
the lineup.
Not
Or
even
just
of
moments.
old. It was just
bad.
individual mistakes, choices,
Yeah.
like not learning. I feel as though you make a mistake, fair enough. Like nobody can give you too much. But if you keep making the same
You're like, what are you
mistakes
doing?
over and over, Zinchenko specifically in this game, like on the ball, I thought he was fine. Defensively, he's pushing our line back.
First half though, he was good defensively. I thought.
No, he
I thought
was,
he was
but
good.
did he have too much to do?
No.
Diaby was
Once
quite
Bailey
poor.
came on, it's
Exactly.
a different
Yeah.
game.
I think the problem I find is when Zinchenko plays with Havertz together, when Havertz is playing in midfield, that's when I think we have more problems. That's why I would have started Havertz 9 and Jesus
wide.
at wide, because I think that's been working. Whereas I think that change, it kind of affected the way we played out. Zinchenko sat on the ball so much. It just, it was hurting us, especially in the second half when we needed shit to happen. But yeah, even Jorginho not playing, I question that.
Yeah.
So do you blame?
But you can eat now. Here, go eat
So-
because you've been
I was
starving.
gonna say, I was
He's
like-
been
I
starving.
got a question. I got a question first.
You have been starving this year, so this is your chance to eat.
100%. Let me ask the question first. Zinchenko, is it player or coach?
What do you mean?
For this game, we'll go this game.
The reasoning of him being
Bad.
It's just I think specifically his individual thinking from a defensive point of view was just poor.
Okay. So do you think it's the
So
player's
him,
fault?
yeah, I think it was
What about
his
you?
fault.
I think it's a bit of both, because I think
I agree.
if we compare to last season, him with Xhaka, I think there was better. He had better coverage.
Yeah.
He had somebody who I think suited playing next to him better. Whereas when we've flirted with like Havertz playing in that role, other players playing in that role, it's kind of been different. So as much as defensively, I think he's a liability, absolutely. But I think it doesn't help if he's trying to invert playing next to Havertz as opposed to if Havertz is 9 with a Jesus. So I think it's a bit of both for me.
Yeah, right. Because to me, you guys stated the reasons why Aston Villa are so dangerous. You said they're one of the best counter-attacking teams in the league. And to have a defensive liability like that, starting a game and letting him play on, like for me at halftime, it's 0-0, take him off.
But he wasn't bad.
No,
at
but you have
halftime.
to
He
look at
wasn't
it
bad
both. But
halftime.
I think you
But
have to
if
look at
you're
it
gonna-
both ways.
Halftime, it could have been 2-0.
So then say he was playing good. You know he's a guy though at any moment could be the weakest defensive player in the game, and he showed why.
No, okay.
the thing is, if you
I
have
get
the
what you're
ball-
saying. That's what I was going
If
to say.
you have the ball,
Yeah.
then you're not
have
not
to look at
relying
it-
on
He's
Exactly.
also
having to
not
defend
at
the whole
fault
game.
for the goals.
Yeah.
I wasn't saying he was at fault for the goals.
I
If you
think
watch the goals, he wasn't
he's
at
not
fault
at
for the
fault.
goals.
Positioning. Where is he for the first one?
He was covering
Yeah,
Declan
he was
Rice,
in
and
the
Declan
middle,
Rice was
yeah.
covering him. They had swapped. It was Rice was the one who was back post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't know. For me, I don't know why Kivior came out. Personally, I think he was way
Kivior
way
started
better.
in
Way
the
better
Champions
option.
League.
They got a lot of games.
Then we
man.
rotated. He was
Yeah.
bad.
He also didn't play
rotated, and then we've got a Champions League game on Thursday.
Right, but
I think you have to look at it both
Same
ways.
with Jorginho.
Yes, they're versing a team who can
Same with
counterattack
Martinelli.
very well.
Exactly.
But Liverpool aren't going to take out Trent because the team we're versing is going to counterattack. He offers what he offers when we have the ball because you're going to have the ball a lot against Villa.
it's not the same. He doesn't offer the
It's the
same.
same principle.
If you're going to
It's
have
the
the
same
ball,
principle, yeah.
why would
Yeah.
you play your defensive player when you need somebody who's going to be able to use the ball better?
Because they are they're a counter-attacking team.
Yeah, but they
it's not
let Arsenal have
it's
a
not
lot
you
of the
having
ball.
the ball is the problem.
But the thing is, we didn't
the
lose because
defensive. It's the way you set up defensively. You got caught on the counter for the second goal.
chasing the game.
Exactly.
chasing the
No,
game.
but the thing is, we should have been up. So if we
Yeah,
had
right,
scored
but
as normal,
I'm saying
it would have been a problem.
If you have your best defense, I don't think the problem was that you're not going to have a lot of the ball. I think you would have still had a lot of the ball with Kivior.
I disagree because if you look at Bayern, we had our best defense. We conceded 2.
Bayern's not Aston Villa though.
They're better. Bayern's better than Aston Villa.
I know, but I'm saying that's what
Bayern sat
but
to
I'm saying
counter-press.
Aston Villa are worse.
They didn't want the ball. They didn't have the
Aston
ball.
Villa are worse,
So I'm
and they're not
using
going
that
to keep the
same
ball
example.
as long as Bayern though. They're not going to have as much.
Bayern
possession.
didn't
Bayern didn't have the ball. They scored.
probably
on
had the ball
They scored on
even
the
No,
break.
compared to Aston Villa,
It was the same.
It was probably
Did
the
you watch
same.
the Bayern game? They didn't have the ball.
I did
They
watch.
gave us the ball.
they still had the
It's
ball.
the same
more than
tactics
Aston
as
Villa.
Aston Villa.
The whole first half, you guys dominated. Yes.
Exactly.
But
We
I
should have
think-
scored. Is my point.
But I think you keep going like that. It just shows that the whole goals came from either errors or counters.
Yeah, errors.
Yeah.
And a
Errors
counter.
more so.
I'm not-
The second one wasn't
Once
an error.
it's
It
1-0
was just a
and
counter.
we're chasing the game in the 87th minute, if they score again, I don't care.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It makes no
You'd
difference
rather
to the
that
game.
exactly
It does make a difference.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
It
Because then
doesn't.
you nick a 1-1 draw. Life's good. Now you can go for 2-1. Or
It's
it's
the risk-
2-0.
it's
It's
the
the
risk
same.
you
You're
take.
losing.
It's a risk, but it's towards the end where you could still get a 1-1. So you
We
still
were
have to be
trying to
defensively
get
aware.
exactly.
That's
No,
what
you
I'm saying.
don't.
That's
You
what
still
he's
have
saying.
to
No
be.
team is defensively aware in the 87th minute when they're
That doesn't
going
make
from
sense at all.
1-0 to go to 1-0.
You wouldn't. So what do you mean? There's no team that's
Aston Villa
defensively
and Bayern
aware.
had the same amount of possession in
What
the
did I
I'm
tell
saying,
Yeah.
I'm saying
What did I tell you? What
in
did I
the
tell you?
87th minute of the
This
game,
guy.
you're down 1-0. You need
Aston
to get
Villa
a
had
point.
more.
You need to get a result.
Aston Villa
There's
would've had
no
more.
team that
Aston
is
Villa
going to
had
be
more
like,
possession.
fuck, we need to still be
But
quite
you know what
Bayern
it
stable
didn't
is?
at
touch
the
the
back.
ball. And we
That
still
to me was
conceded 2
too
goals.
easy.
But
In-
did you
for a
see how
goal.
high Liverpool were?
Liverpool-
Like,
Yeah.
we were literally like Alisson was on halfway.
Allison went
basically.
up for
City
a
do the
free
same
kick
thing.
against
Yeah,
them.
When you have
but
the
I'm
ball,
saying
you have to.
It
You
have
shouldn't
to
be
play
that
risk.
easy though. You're leaving a guy halfway. You know the rules. Halfway is offside.
This guy
It's not-
thinks-
he doesn't need to be any
This guy
further
thinks
up.
Zinchenko got beat 1v1
Yeah.
like every time.
No, I
every
didn't say
time.
Vin-
Aston
Zinchenko-
Villa
But
had- Aston Villa had more possession
you're
than
pointing
Bayern,
him
by the
out
way.
as
Of course.
the weakness for them scoring when he
No,
wasn't.
I didn't. I'm saying that the second goal
Yeah.
was a counter. But why he's still so open to just?
You have to be
Because-
open.
How
It's
you
not
gonna
like
score?
that though.
We were pressing.
The
They
way the goal
broke the
came
press.
was
You're losing
literally
at
one
home.
ball over the top, bang, goal.
Yeah.
But you're
Yeah,
losing at
because
home.
He couldn't catch him, but halfway is only offside.
Yeah.
Just because
I
things
know
steps
that.
up further doesn't mean make him any more
He's
onside.
mansplaining, Nudge.
You're mansplaining offside.
I just don't understand what you want from the game. It's 1-0. You want us to still be like stable.
Let's sit in the block.
Yeah.
We'll,
Let's
Yeah.
we'll try and
moving.
get them on the counter.
not sit
What
on
do
a
you want?
block.
No, I'm not. I didn't say on a block. I said stable. We've got We've got 4 still back. We're going to press. We're pressing them in their own half. They poorly.
It just is
We
the
weren't
risk you
marking.
take.
They got out.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right,
it's poor.
Would you rather lose 1-0 and you've tried to sit back, or would you rather lose
What do you mean
2-0
sit
and
back though? You still you guys were still attacking.
I'm saying, what would you rather do?
He's asking.
What would you
Alright,
rather do? Or do what we did and lose 2-0?
But in the second
and
half,
try and win the
Arsenal
game?
didn't have the same shape that
1-0 in
that they
chances
didn't.
I score an equaliser.
But how are you going to score? That's what I'm saying.
What do you
You're
mean?
more likely to score to play high risk, higher line than to sit
Clearly,
back in a
because
You can
mid
only
block.
get so
in a
high
mid
though,
block.
in a line though. I'm saying it's only up to halfway.
Yeah, but if
There's
you
no
lose
need
2-0, you
for
lose
them to be
2-0. You're
high.
going to lose 1-0
Yeah.
regardless.
Yeah, I just don't understand.
What's the centre back
Yeah,
going
I
to
know.
offer?
This
One of
is-
them
Like, what
that
is
can
he?
just
What do
stay
you?
there.
What do you want
Who's going
them
to
to
offer
do?
more to the attack?
I
I
you could be like critiquing other components
of
of
the game.
Arsenal's game
Exactly.
more so
Then just
because
that
you're
moment.
starving. this is what you're going for.
Taking chances.
No,
I didn't like the-
It's easy for me to say, yeah. What's Gabriel doing for the first goal?
He's not doing anything
What's
wrong
Gabriel
for the
doing
first
for
goal.
the second goal?
He didn't do anything for either.
For me, I think he did. What do you mean? The ball went over him.
first goal?
For the second,
It's the second. They went over him.
what the fuck do you mean? What is he? 84 foot tall. They played a long ball.
What did
I'm
he
saying
do for
to
the
stay-
first
Watkins
goal?
in the air.
I'm saying
and Smith
stay-
Rowe was back marking him.
I'm saying stay
Did you
next to
see
him.
how? Did you see how the goal happened, bro?
Yeah, it was a ball over, but look, the distance between them two is crazy.
Look at. I remember City conceded off a set piece. Doku was 1v1. Why'd you leave a centre back like when you're trying to score?
You realise it was our set
pieces.
piece.
Why'd you
I
leave
know.
a centre
And they
back back
counted.
there?
Why would Gabriel be back
they, They counted, but then Rice tried to play the ball and it got blocked, right?
Yeah.
And then
You want
Gabriel
Gabriel
was still there.
What the fuck do you want Gabriel to do?
Start
He was at the
back.
back next
This
to
is
him.
what people
He wants
do
the guy that scored the
when
most
there's-
goals for us.
Yeah.
Why do you want
to defend?
Why do you
Gabriel
just
was
want
no. I'm saying because he was
Trust
there.
me, I would say if Gabriel was
Doesn't
at
make
fault,
sense.
mum's life, I would say the goal. But
No,
the
he-
first goal, he tracks the runner of the first guy, goes
Yeah,
past
he
him,
goes through in between.
everyone.
Yeah.
Then it scored back post because one, I don't know, maybe Raya should do better off the cross, or maybe Declan
He's
Rice should
cleared for the
mark better.
first one. Done.
Yeah, the
My bad,
second
that
goal
was my
though,
bad.
the second goal, that happens. I don't know how you can sit and
It happens to literally the best team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and say when the best teams
When you're
lose,
chasing, it
you're
happens.
chasing a point in the title, which is the point is more valuable than obviously
loss.
than caring about
Goal
I'm only
difference.
saying
is caring
Yeah.
about the goal difference.
I'm only
of the
saying it because he
2-0.
was right there. It's
don't
not
know, I
like
just-
he ran from
I didn't
their
watch
goal
it.
line.
I didn't watch it and think Gabriel. Fuck, he should have
Yeah.
done better. They lose
I'm
2-0.
just
They
saying,
lose
but
But
2-0.
eat somewhere else. Like eat on. There's other points you could be eating
Yeah.
Yeah,
on.
because this
You
is
didn't watch
to me.
the
it's
game.
I think you
Gabriel.
guys lack by not playing Jorginho next to
Exactly.
Rice again. I think for me that was the first.
I'm playing Havertz 9 as well.
Yeah.
Jorginho in there, Havertz 9.
Yeah.
Even
I
if
think
you
that
don't play
causes more
Havertz 9,
problems.
you just play Jesus 9. I think the biggest thing for me was not having
I feel
Rice
as though it's
with
like a
someone.
catch-22 though, because like we play Jorginho, we play the same team, more of the same players. We don't rotate at all. Then we go to Bayern and play who?
Yeah, it's true.
I
So-
mean, I'm looking at it
Fair.
from I'd rather
Just
win
from
it.
that
Of course.
game.
You're,
Yeah.
yeah,
Of
yeah,
course.
you're right.
It's
you're
just
right.
from that game for me.
Yeah,
Like the
you're
things
right.
that I felt went wrong. One, I don't know what's going on with Saka, but I don't think he was bad, but I don't think he was good. And
I thought in the first half he was fine. Second half I thought
Fine,
he was poor,
yeah.
but I don't think we had a good player in the second half. So I can't
Yeah, I
be
don't
like
think he did at all.
Saka.
For
You're
me,
the one.
the best-
Martinelli when he came on, awful.
Yeah, what's going on with that guy?
Yeah, I don't know.
In the
He's
Champions
finished.
League, awful.
I don't know what's going on with him.
Like
He's just
for
so
me,
out
I'm
of
like,
form.
what are you doing?
But Aston Villa did have some very good players in the second half. Zaniolo, which I haven't
Diego
been watching.
Carlos,
I haven't been watching
Tielemans.
Zaniolo.
Yeah.
Tielemans was.
Oh,
if
that
he had
goal,
scored
I know.
that,
I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
Yeah.
the crossbar to the
Yeah.
post.
Crossbar, yeah.
Oh my
Crazy.
god! But yeah, for me, those three were like big standouts. Even Watkins, he was quiet.
He was very quiet.
He was quiet because obviously everyone's going to be quiet against those two at the
Yeah,
back.
yeah, true.
But he did take his goal extremely well. He also
finish.
had that other chance,
a great
which
finish.
his finishing is just
Yeah.
is great,
Insane.
and it's something that he
So
was
good.
lacking
He was
early on.
extremely wasted.
Yeah, he was.
Now he's
but
just,
now it looks like you give him one chance, it's like a great finish,
Yeah.
regardless
Far
of if it
out.
went in.
Yeah,
Man.
fair enough. You want to quick? This is like
This is your
I expected
moment.
more
this is
from
Eid. Eid times
Why do
two
you
for
talk more about Liverpool when it's Liverpool? You talk.
Because
When
it's more
it's-
evident that,
rubbish.
that game was easier to. And
What do you mean?
This is Eid
and I
part
watched,
2 for Bud. So
and I watched Liverpool more. I watched that game more than this one. Probably done
guys,
4 liters
a
in my
bit
whole
of how
life.
the hell did I get here to finish?
Yeah,
Let's
thank
do
God.
it.
Yeah, we need this little pick me up.
But yeah, indeed.
We
We
should
should
change
need
it
to come
to
out
pick
of
me
my
up.
depression.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I didn't
It
do that.
slipped down.
Oh shit.
First
that's
question is: you are a United fan or manager or whatever. Midfielders in the Prem you would trade for Bruno Fernandes?
Oi. Okay. How many?
As many as you can think of.
Oh, so we're just listing as many as we
List
can
as
think of.
many as you think
would have
you would
incentive.
trade for Bernardo. Yeah, for Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, ready to go.
Yeah, I think so. There's probably more, but
There's a lot more.
I'll just.
Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Turn your boards
Mine's not in
around.
order, by the way.
Okay, Samuel's gone. Odegaard,
Oh,
Rodri,
Odegaard,
Bernardo,
yeah, probably.
KDB, Foden, Rice,
I miss
McAllister. MJ's gone. Sarabia, Odegaard, KDB, Eze, Madison. Bud's gone. KDB, Odegaard, Rodri. I've gone. Rodri, Odegaard, Rice, KDB. Chris, Bernardo, McAllister, De Bruyne, Rodri.
I did have Rice, but I took him out because I feel like they're different players.
Yeah, I just went with only just midfielders, just
Yeah,
for
that's-
what United
okay,
need.
fair, yeah.
I thought.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
You've done a lot.
I've done
Okay.
a lot.
You think Bernardo Silva does more for United than Bruno does?
I think
for
United are better I think United are better
What did
with.
you say?
I'm asking him, does he think Bernardo will do more in this United side than Bruno would do in this United side?
I don't know if it's do more stats wise.
No, not stats. I'm saying do more for the team.
Yeah, I think United are a better side if they swap out Bruno for
Just
Bernardo
like
Silva.
mentality, professionalism,
Everything
a lot
a-
of things.
I feel as though
think
I
he
feel
would
like
be
Bruno
better.
looks good himself as a player, but I think he's great. Obviously, I think he's
Yeah.
great because for me these are the best midfielders in the Premier League. And this one at the bottom is definitely a maybe, but I think he's young and he has extremely good potential.
Yeah.
So that's why I put him. But the rest, I feel as though they could come in right now and they would make United better. For me.
I forgot Odegaard. I would have put him.
Mike, you've got a lot of
Randoms.
Tell me.
Yeah, I'm thinking United needs like a regista, like a creative guy who can kind of a two-way player, but more so get things going. Because I feel like when United were performing better, it was because of the way he was playing, and I think that's more his delivery to play the ball forward, his goals, his assists, and stuff like that. So I think these kind of players more so than maybe like a 6, because I feel like if they get a 6, they don't have that player, assuming he leaves. So I'm looking at more the creative style player that can slot into that United team to create with the front three. And I think if they go for more of like attacking midfielders or players that can play both sides, I think they'll benefit more from that.
Bud.
I agree with Samuel in the sense of, I think these guys are some of the best midfielders, and I think what United might need is, not saying Bruno's bad, but I think these guys might offer something different, and it might be what United need. Might complement plays in a better way. These two might be, I guess, kind of fixated in a certain spot. I feel like Bruno, as of late, has been going around everywhere on the field, whereas, who knows, maybe they need a midfielder that stays in certain areas of the pitch to affect that part of the game more. I think Rodri, that could be easily a better choice for United defensively. That could set up better and then allow them to get a better midfielder going forward. It's not so much to replace Bruno, but I think it's just to get someone else in to do some of the jobs he does, where I feel like he does all 3 jobs sometimes. And maybe if
He's doing too much.
they like get other players to fill those positions, it might help certain areas out way more.
Yeah, I did these 4 because I feel like they're the 4 best, but also the 4 who could have an impact that's Bruno's level and greater. Whereas I don't think some of the other people, they could be good for United, but you have to replace essentially the only player that I would say plays most weeks for United. Like plays, by plays I mean somewhat performs.
I feel like I put McAllister because, like, similar to you, like, I know he's young, but he's already performing in the Prem. He's a Prem proven player, and he's probably not as creative as Bruno, but I feel like he's young and he would just like grow into the team and just become that solidified midfielder who creates and scores. That's sort of my thinking. Maybe a bit of recency bias because he's been so good lately. He just came to mind, but yeah. And the others, I feel obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I think I took this as more like for like than
Yeah.
if you could get anyone.
Next question is most overrated manager in the world.
Oh.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. We've gone. Chris has gone Graham Potter. I've gone Poch, Bud, Zidane, MJ, Ten Hag, Samuel, Poch. Samuel.
Which is a good shout.
The reason is because he's going from Spurs. He was very good. He was good. They didn't win anything. He showed that he didn't really have that winning in him. Went to PSG, won the league I think once, lost the league once. His first season he lost the league. He showed that they never were dangerous in the Champions League, and for me showed he couldn't handle the big egos of the big players and be at a big club. Then proceeded to go to Chelsea, where now he's got the dream of any manager. He can spend as much money as he likes. He can buy as many players as he likes, sign whoever he likes, and he's showing consistently that he doesn't have the tools to one sort what Chelsea have going on. He doesn't have the tools to sort that out. 2, he can't obviously handle the squad that he has and the players that he has. And 3, the pressure of a big club is clearly too much, because Chelsea to be sitting at 10th right now after spending $1 billion in 1 year is ridiculous.
I completely agree. I feel like he has gotten just praise for things that he hasn't achieved anything really in his managerial career. But when Chelsea were looking for a manager, he was like a top candidate because of his status, because of his.
They say style of play, but Chelsea don't have a style of play.
We're
right
in
now.
April, and Chelsea still get dominated by teams in the bottom half.
Yeah,
they're sitting 10th, 9th. They haven't been above maybe 8th this season for the majority of the season. They haven't been above 8th. He went to PSG and lost the league. He's now spent however much he's spent, and he's at a club where he's been given access and funds to do whatever he wants, and they still sit lost. Like, they look lost. They look without a real... They don't even look to me like they've had a manager throughout the whole season.
It looks like they've had an
So
interim
true.
after a manager's got fired.
Yeah.
And this is
No comment.
Chelsea. So for me,
Now
I'm
you
just
have
like
to-
10 games
extremely
lost.
No fight.
overrated.
nothing.
10
I
games
agree.
lost this season, 8 draws in the league.
I didn't want Poch, but it was just like, cool, we got Poch.
MJ Ten Hag.
I'm just not convinced. I feel like he has some of the most bizarre decision making around treatment of players.
Yeah, facts.
Whether it's how he treats Rashford, but then he'll treat what's his name?
Sancho.
No, the
Garnacho?
Garnacho. He drags Garnacho when it's like you wouldn't do that to Rashford. I feel like his tactics are extremely bizarre. I can give him some leeway that he's had a lot of injury issues, but in terms of like progress, where United's heading, it's like a big loop of nothing.
He's also signed who he's wanted to sign.
Exactly, and I feel like the kind of investments he signed with players he's had, it shows me that maybe the level of the Dutch league, he's just been gassed up to be this guy that he really is not, because I'm still yet to know what he's done, what level he is. Whereas at least for me, Poch, from the Premier League perspective, I can say that, okay, he's done well for Tottenham, but with this guy, I don't see anything. Like, I don't see anything where I'm like, oh, I feel bad for him because of this. We can see the plan because of this. We can see the direction he's trying to go in. He's just doing whatever, hopes and dreams. They play the worst football out of any team, like that's meant to be like a decent team. It's the biggest club in the UK, and they play the worst football.
And he's not
Like
a leader.
the worst football.
He's not a leader.
And he never takes the blame.
Yeah,
I
that's what I
probably,
mean.
if I thought better, I would have definitely put Ten Hag as well.
I completely agree with everything you said about Ten Hag, but I think if Poch had achieved what Ten Hag has achieved at United, at Chelsea, even this season or last season, it would look like Poch was doing his job at Chelsea.
Yeah, fair.
I agree.
Fair.
But I completely agree with everything you've said about Ten Hag and the United situation.
And it, like, when you saw Ten Hag come to United, you were more under the impression that they were going to change as a club.
Like a football philosophy.
Yeah.
But to me, it still looks the same as like the year before he
They
left.
still have no
Or
idea
the
what
year
they're
before
doing.
that.
Yeah.
It's a shambles. Like, because at least
Indeed.
with previous managers, like they played okay. They got they're better. Whereas this, it's like
And
nothing.
he's literally gotten his way. Like, he got rid of all the people he didn't want. He didn't want Ronaldo. He said, get out. He's out. But we haven't seen that big like moment where it's just changed the club around.
Yeah.
If the performances were not as good, but you could see like the philosophies in
You're like,
something
okay.
like, it makes sense.
Tottenham is the best example. They just got spanked up, but nobody's saying
Yeah.
Postecoglou is not the right man for the job.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're disrespecting legends.
Yeah.
And that's part of why he's one of the most overrated. I think what he is as a footballer is part to blame for this. He's come into a Real Madrid team and won, I think, 3 Champions Leagues. And I don't think any of them were him putting in a masterclass in coaching. I
There's
think
been coaches though that have gone and lost. You know,
that's
The
true.
Galacticos didn't win a
But I
Champions
think-
League.
Mourinho didn't win the Champions League with Madrid.
I think they made it
Frankie
there.
didn't win a Champions League.
I think he just had the right players, all at the right time.
It's not that easy, bro.
Everyone was elite.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying
3 years in a row.
I'm saying he's overrated as
whatever
a
they
manager.
won.
I'm not saying he's a good manager, but I think people would put him as one of the best managers, and you'd be like, "What for?" And they'd be like, "Because you won Madrid 3 Champions League trophies."
I don't know if they do.
Also,
they would
you're saying
rate
he's
him
the
high.
most
I'd say they'd say
overrated.
Ancelotti, Guardiola.
How can he be the most overrated? He got
Fergie.
given an
That's
assignment.
top 3.
Right.
They
He
won the
didn't.
league. I mean, they won the Champions League 3 times. I'm not sure if they won the league in that
They
time.
didn't. Not under him.
But
He didn't even get fired. He just
but he
left.
quit.
Yeah.
What the fuck do
Yeah,
you want him
crazy.
to do?
Do you know how hard it is?
The question
Pep Guardiola just won his first Champions League at
And
The
he's had
question was-
super teams.
and he's the
overrated.
GOAT.
I'm not
I
saying
know.
he's a bad manager. That's
I
not
know
what
you're
I'm
not
saying.
saying that.
I'm
But
saying he's still overrated.
But what's the reason you're saying he's overrated?
And the most
Because-
overrated.
Because he would, there's people out there that won't have watched his coaching period. They wouldn't have seen what he set up with or anything. But if you had to ask someone that doesn't know about coaches, and they just had to look at lists of great coaches, and they saw, oh, look at this, Zidane won 3 trophies, 3 Champions League, back to back to back or whatever for Real Madrid. They're gonna be like, yeah, this is one of the best managers in the world ever.
But the criteria
is that
for that
no?
argument's
It's not.
pretty like.
You wouldn't pick. You wouldn't.
How
you
likely
wouldn't,
is that going to be?
specific.
you wouldn't take Zidane at Arsenal for a reason, and that's one of the
I've never
reasons why.
thought of Zidane though.
Exactly, because you don't think he's a great manager.
I'd
though.
take Zidane at Liverpool.
There's probably like
Do it.
I reckon you have probably 10 other managers you take over him right now, and that's one of the reasons why he's one of the most overrated.
Yeah, but it also depends on the
Because certain
club.
people would put
if
him
I
in the
was
top-
Madrid, I would take him. If I was PSG, I would take
No,
him.
I'm saying the
if I
people
was
that
United, I would take him.
Bayern, I'd
I'm
take
saying
him.
the people that have
Bayern.
coaches now, but I don't think he improves teams. He doesn't make him better. But it's
Yeah,
almost
but
like
he
he did
consist-
make that Madrid team. He didn't. We're not going to sit here and say he made that Real
Maybe
Madrid.
tactically he's
But he
not the
achieved
most
ex-
amazing.
Nah.
He achieved
But
what
neither
he
was
was
lined up
fucking
with-
neither Sir
There's
Alex,
a thing where he lined up
Yeah.
with the same lineup for 2 Champions League finals.
and they won. Both.
They won. Do you think it's down to him or do you think it's down to the players?
Him.
But
They had players in their prime. They
It's
had
a
prime.
mixture of both.
I know. I'm not. The thing is, it's not that I'm saying he's a bad manager though. I think he's
Of
done his
course,
job,
yeah.
but he's overrated still.
But
you can
the
still do your job and
psychology
be
of being a
overrated.
manager is like so nuanced. Like he
Yeah,
could
it's
just
not
be
that
the
simple.
most psychological. Fuck, he knows how to just tell Ronaldo just literally just go out there and do what you need to do. He might give this advice to Modric. He might do this, do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, tactically it's not there, but
he enabled someone like Benzema to not
3
play
Champions
in
Leagues
his
in
best
a
position
row.
just because he knew success. If we're going to be successful, we need Ronaldo to sit in the middle of the box and for us to win games. There's coaches that yeah, maybe he's not creating this crazy style, but he knows how to get the best out of his
Yeah,
players.
I don't know.
It's more as just like when people look back at this, and there's certain players as well that fit under that category of say they've scored like 100 goals in the Prem. Like you would automatically assume that he was a good striker for the league or a good player,
Yeah.
a football player.
You would,
He
yeah.
fits under that for the managerial like part of that. Like if it was to be like best managers, people would put him in that list. Yes,
know if
he's
they
won,
would, though.
but I feel like no, but that's because we watch. I'm saying people that would put those.
But even
100
if they were to
goal
put him, is that
strikers-
wrong?
that's what I'm saying.
Three
He's won
Champions
3
Leagues.
Champions Leagues. How many coaches have won 3 Champions Leagues? Him,
Ancelotti
Mourinho. No, Mourinho didn't even win 3.
You wouldn't take
No,
Zidane
yeah, he
at
did.
Liverpool.
2,
3.
He won-
One at Chelsea? He didn't win one at Chelsea.
No.
Oh my God, only 2.
2, yeah.
You wouldn't
won
take
2.
Zidane.
Yeah, he
I
won
already
2.
said that.
Guardiola 3.
Samuel said he would.
Yeah, I said
I don't. I don't think you
With
guys.
what
would.
we have, what there
Let's
is
go.
to offer.
Realistically,
Yeah,
Potter.
this is probably I just blanked. This is probably so unfair to him, but obviously what he did at Brighton was phenomenal, and then he came to Chelsea, and like I feel like it was like his time to shine and like make his mark as a manager. Yes, he didn't get the opportunity to do so. They probably didn't give enough time, but he went to Chelsea and just crumbled. So yeah, probably a bit disrespectful. Didn't get a lot of time,
That's all
but
right.
I blanked. I would have probably
So,
put Ten Hag.
Would you
if I-
take Potter over Zidane?
No,
No.
it takes Zidane over Potter, 1,000,000%.
Of course. Let's go. Which football-based documentary do you want to see the most? Like it hasn't been
I can make
created. You can make it. Yeah.
Oh.
About any scenario, any player, any coach, any manager, any situation.
okay.
You make it up. Shout out.
Do I
Barrow
personally
Rovers.
want to see?
Yeah, you personally.
This guy's doing scribbles over there or what?
Let's go one at a time. Chris, you go first.
Sure. This is more a personal one that I would like to see.
Is this Greece?
Wijnaldum.
Greece Euros.
Christian Bull.
So 2004 Euro. No, I'm joking.
I thought that's what it was.
City getting found guilty of their 115
Yeah,
charges,
sick.
like an uncovering series of like the case, and then they get found guilty. That to me, like obviously it's not really about the football.
Yeah.
You could put some highlights in
I'd
there,
love
but
that.
to me, this as a football fan, as what I've had to endure for the last 10 years, this would make me so happy to see it just, come out. So
enough.
anyway, that's mine.
Love it. I've gone World Cup 2002 final, and I've gone shot like Project X. So the game, and then after the game, I want to see all
What
the
they got up to.
extravaganza.
Yeah.
I want to see all
Oh,
the
That Brazil
parties.
team.
That's a
Brazil
great
team was
one.
got
Team?
up. They got up to
Gee,
something.
I do you want to know this?
I've heard
Yeah.
stories
Far out.
about the goat, R9 parties, everything
People go in jail.
on the jet, on the private plane.
Yeah.
So I need Project X style footage of that. Ronaldinho, Rivaldo.
I would like body cam
We
footage.
got a body
Body
cam.
cam.
Yeah.
I mean,
They'd all be
yeah,
finished.
a lot of them won't be
Won't
allowed.
be
yeah.
ever.
But I want it
Yeah.
shot exactly like Project X.
Yeah, I like that. I've
But-
gone.
Mine's too serious now.
Oh shit. Mine is. First of all, I want all the refs in this. Everyone knows the UEFA ref scandal.
What, UEFA Luna?
Yep. Exactly, UEFA Lona. I want all the refs to get immunity and all the money they want, and they just sit down and tell all about everything.
I see what you're saying.
Like, yeah, they talk about all the corruption, who did what when, who paid them the money, how they got it, how they were persuaded to just fold
Yep.
that
I
easily,
like it.
and how long it ran for, and who was in the syndicate.
Okay.
I want them to list the top dog, the guy that made the final call, down to the people that just freaking check boots or whatever.
So
I want everything.
disgrace.
I want it all.
Perfect. But MJ.
For me, Ronaldinho. Just a nice.
Well, you don't
That
want
would
that.
be-
You don't want the X-rated files.
That would be.
everything, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like,
This
right.
includes every,
Yeah, that
every
would be-
wild thing, every story.
Peru,
That
jail,
and
would
everything.
be incredible. His whole uncovered, nothing, no
Paraguay
stone
jail.
left unturned.
Yeah. This
World
would be
Cup in
incredible.
Paraguay
Yeah.
jail.
Just has to go backwards if you want to end up liking him. You don't want to hear the Peru part at the end. Him going to jail.
Facts. Mule.
I think it's quite obvious
Christian
what I
Bull.
was going to do. Nah.
Oh.
Oh, I like it. Yeah.
This, for me, when this finally comes out, or when this is official, it's probably going to be on Netflix, same as Last Dance was, that kind of vibe. 6 episodes, whatever they do. For me, that's going to be the greatest ever documentary that I could ever watch. Because one, I don't even, like, basketball's not my favorite sport and Michael Jordan isn't my GOAT. But the things that documentary did and the way it made you feel just to watch
People who
that.
didn't even like basketball.
Exactly.
Loved that documentary.
And what that made me feel, to watch this guy's career, he's got just the best. Everything just worked out perfectly as a storyteller. Ends with the World Cup. Like from start to finish, what he was able to do. Just to even watch back like games of how when he was the 91 goal season, like that kind of stuff. Watching this guy
Iconic.
again after his career's done, I think I'll watch that shit with my kids.
Yeah.
Do you reckon he's got the personality though for it to be like
I
It'd be so
I
awkward
don't
in
even
the
think he
interviews.
It'll
needs.
be like this.
Yeah.
It'll be like,
the camera?
Messi, how do you feel about Barcelona? And he's going, he's
Yeah.
going like
yeah,
this.
I think for me, I just need people to talk about him
Yeah.
more so than him talk about it.
It won't be like a Beckham style
I think he'll
one.
finally
He's
be
going-
able to like talk like
You have to get
Talk.
it.
Reminisce.
You have to get it dubbed because
if
He needs that AI
we need a
eye
dub.
thing.
If
AI
it's
eyesight.
comfortable and he can talk about who, like when he finally asks him about Ronaldo,
When he's talking
or
about
they finally
Weghorst
talk
and shit.
about players, like and he
Yeah.
can actually talk.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like
Nah, that would be
That
that would
would
be
be-
legendary.
yeah, for
That's
sure.
legendary stuff right there.
It would be cool if it's something like How to Get Away with It.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
Be like in charge and then like How to Get
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
X-Files.
Charges.
Who's the funniest footballer of all
Pepsi
time?
jail.
funniest footballer of all
Yeah,
time.
to you. From the outside looking in.
Oh, he used to be. Now he's a fucking loser.
Funny.
Like professional,
Oh.
or can we talk about people we know?
No, professional.
People we know. He's going to put himself.
He's like Budgerald in the best.
Everyone's got one? Let's go. Let's do quick. Sam Riga first.
Okay, guys. Just think about.
I
okay.
knew you would, when you said he's a loser now, I was like,
He's.
I
I
thought
don't
of it
like
too.
him now, and I don't like what he does now.
yeah.
Okay, let's put that. He's basically Jason Derulo now. But D Studge back in the day when teams used to do their there's little videos,
Yes.
Liverpool LFC rap challenge video. Daniel Sturridge for me was
Iconic.
like the coolest person Liverpool had ever had.
Yeah.
Like in terms of personality, celebration, the way he wore hypervenoms, how he wore his socks, everything about his celebration. Sturridge was so cool. Now I don't care about him, but as being a Liverpool fan, that he was number one.
Perfect.
I used to look forward to like the videos of him on like the
everything.
Liverpool page. He
Him,
was always
Ox,
like cracking.
like
yes,
Joe Gomez. Man.
Those were the days.
For me, I feel like Arsenal has too many, but I've got to go with Adebayor.
Oh, good one.
This guy's insane. He's insane. Like, I remember he used to do the craziest stuff, like post-match interviews, saying stuff you shouldn't be saying. When he signed to like Tottenham, then Madrid. I think it was to Madrid. He's doing like a press conference. Not a press conference, but he's doing like an interview and he's wearing like an Arsenal polo during the interview. And they're just like, oh, why are you wearing this? He's like, oh, no, this is my other club, but I'm here, I'm at Madrid, this, that. But no, he's crazy. Too many stories. And
He has a lot of stories.
But
I'll go on for someone that you probably wouldn't have guessed, but as the funniest footballer,
No, that's good.
it has to be Messi.
I like it.
And
like
it's
it.
not even on purpose. The shit you guys see of Messi will make you second guess if this guy is
he real?
is he real? Is he normal? Like
That's why I said if Messi wasn't good at football, his
Bro,
life would be.
He'd have the
there's
worst
so many
life.
videos of him. This guy's like playing the drums for.
Oh
him.
yeah, no, and he's doing this.
and he's going like
dancing
this. He's going like this.
He's doing
Offbeat.
this.
Even like when he's like in Dubai, like Salt Bay, he's just like so awkward.
The guy's
I love
crying
it.
because he just met him.
Yeah, and he's
Messi
doing
And
this.
doesn't
he's
know
like,
what's
what
going
the
on.
hell's wrong with you?
Do you remember the kid wanted to high five
love it.
Messi? The kid misses. Then Messi puts his arm out to go high five him. He just walks off.
Yeah,
Mitch.
yeah, the wedding kiss.
The wedding kiss.
Yeah.
He ate her face.
Yeah, bro, that was so awkward.
You should
man.
see
He's
it.
in love.
It's
You don't even when
She's watched Messi compilation.
You know when he
Ah,
misses that chance against City and he just does a forward roll, and everyone's like, "What's
special.
wrong with this guy?"
maybe that's why he's so good. He's just
That's
a bit.
what I'm saying.
He's a bit on the spectrum,
That is
You
so
have
funny.
to be surely.
It makes you really good at something like real mad
bro.
at something.
Yeah.
He just
oh
he got
man,
football.
that's so fun. You can't be good at everything. I mean,
That's
Yeah.
true.
he's got his
Like
one
Messi.
talent.
You
That's
should
it.
He's
Messi
gifted.
acoustic video.
I think Messi should, if you could trade a little bit of that footballing ability to be like
and like a
I
normal
can't
guy.
say. Yeah. I think he would.
Maybe.
The drum. The guy playing the drum. The guy playing the drums is weird. Like,
Yeah,
why
like,
is he playing a
And
Don't
looking
do
at him
that,
in the
but
eye.
yeah.
Messi drum? And
But
Messi's doing this.
And he's offbeat.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's offbeat to the sound.
He's always
Even,
so
bro.
sick of people
Yeah.
just coming up to him. He's like,
Kissing
I'm
video.
just gonna act as weird as I possibly can
His
to get them
senses
away
are
from me.
overstimulated as well.
Nah, but he's pretty. Yeah, he's all right.
I thought MJ was going to do this one, but I've done Emmanuel Eboue because by far he is the funniest. Like maybe half unintentional, half intentional. He's just one of those funny African guys. But there's been so many
elite
stories
level.
that have come out
Yeah, he's elite
about
level.
Eboue. That Adebayor told a story where Gilberto Silva had a party at his house, and it wasn't a dress-up party, but Eboue came dressed as a tiger, full as a tiger with a tail and face paint, and they were all so confused because it wasn't a dress-up party. There's the video of him trying to understand the North Korean
Oh yeah,
at the
when he
World
went
Cup
into
when they're doing the
huddle.
team huddle, and he's trying to understand what they're saying. I think there's a video of him in Turkey, and he's like blowing in the reporter's ear, like
yeah, he's
fucking this guy's crazy. And he would go like terrible spells at Arsenal, runs of terrible form, and then score, and he would be dancing.
Bangers, yeah.
Yeah, like, and then we're down 2-1, and he's
Still
he's celebrating. So yeah,
Oh, that's funny.
Chris,
I've gone Jack Grealish because of his antics.
I think
I just,
Grealish is funny.
I obviously hate when City win, but I like live for the videos of him. Like he does not give a fuck that he's a professional footballer when they win. Like he is like the drunkest one there. He's still wearing his kit like 3 days later, like gone on a bender and
he's
like
always so drunk.
and like just the way like I feel like he stumbled into the wrong profession. Like he just the way like he talks about
He had
like
no
He
other
was a
choice.
labourer.
yeah, like he's so dumb, but like it's funny. I love watching videos of him. I think he's hilarious.
He's definitely
like,
a tradie
Yeah.
who goes and gets the Chinese takeaway.
oh, you
Yeah.
heard he's like, after a game,
Curry
like
chips.
Good
curry
Chinese.
chip. You gotta have
And
the
he's got
curry
that
chip.
freaking Birmingham
Korean.
accent,
Yeah,
the worst
yeah.
accent.
Oh man, but yeah, he makes me laugh.
Even in
Perfect.
football, he's just funny.
Last two, best football saying of all time. So anything football related, football saying, euphemism,
Best?
phrase,
Football saying.
anything.
Okay. Yeah, go on.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
I thought you would.
I thought it was
you go.
fitting. Klopp is leaving at the end of the season. These are two of my favorite quotes. When he was like, "I've got one word, boom," and then he does his laugh. And when he first came, and he's like, "I cannot get over that fucking lose to Crystal Palace." It's just always.
Oh
stuck
yeah,
with me.
that's been circulating again.
Yes, and I thought it was good timing.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, not really football on the field related, but
Yep.
football quotes.
I've gone Ian Wright. when he's talking to his old
I thought you were dead.
he was talking to his old teacher, Mr. Pigeon.
He was more proud of me.
He's going, he was just so proud of me. And then he goes, Mr. Pigeon.
Is his name Mr. Pigeon?
I thought you were dead.
And he goes, I thought you were dead. And he
What
goes,
kind of video
I'm
is
very
that?
much
I'm
alive.
very proud of you.
Ian.
And everyone's like crying. Oh, fuck me. That's the funniest video.
that video is...
It's like you didn't care about him that much. If you were
yeah, that
fucking
video
dead.
is extremely
That
good.
is so funny.
He doesn't even say like,
Oh my God, I haven't seen you in ages.
Yeah.
I thought you were dead.
That's crazy.
But he did think he was dead.
yeah, he thought he was dead.
Someone said you were dead.
Man.
Somebody said you died.
But he didn't check on him?
I don't know. If you let
Yeah,
talk.
he clearly didn't care.
Yeah, that's a good one. Let me talk.
Mine's inspired by Jeremy.
That's YCO.
KDB Champions League game. He was angry about a call,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
the way he said it was just the delivery of it. He's like,
It was
"Let me
so
talk,
pussy,
let
yeah.
me talk, let me talk."
That was perfect. That was very big Kermit, Mr. Bean.
Yeah. And Fernandinho has none of it. He
Yeah,
said,
he's-
Silva.
he said,
yeah.
"Fuck off, get in the change room."
Yeah.
There.
Let me talk. MJ.
For me, mine's take off them Timberland boots. That's when somebody's looking heavy.
Mr. Lukaku.
Yeah, Mr. Lukaku.
Kaka.
But yeah, this one's a go-to one, I reckon.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, shit. Mine is next goal wins.
Oh, in
Okay.
training.
Just purely
Oh,
because
it's the best.
just saying next goal wins can turn the
It's
intensity
toxic.
of any game of all time into the most intense thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's with your family, if it's just with your friends at the
Yeah.
park, wherever you say next goal wins, it will turn it into the most intense. People will break their best friend's leg for next goal wins.
100%.
The lights could have completely, you know, when you're playing at the park and the sun's gone down and it's
can't
getting
see the
dark,
ball,
you can't
but
see
yeah.
anything, but
Nobody
people start
scored.
going
Oh,
next
sorry,
goal wins. People will die for next goal wins. And then winner stays on, I did, because of that one ad, the winner stays on.
Voted.
You know, guess I'm Neymar then.
Yeah.
You know,
That one.
one that's similar to them that never works. Next out. Like if they say,
Oh yeah,
If it goes
come
out
on,
next-
come on next out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or like if it goes out, the game's
Game's
dead.
done.
Oh,
Yeah.
It doesn't
yeah.
matter if it still will go out. People
Yeah.
like nah, fuck
It didn't
one
go
more,
out.
one more,
Yeah.
Yeah,
one
yeah.
more, reload it.
Last question is, which player had the worst drop-off from the first half of the season to now, second half of the season?
Oh, far
This
out.
season?
This is Jeremy's doing his.
This season.
Jeremy only asked his question to do one answer.
To get back,
For the
get back, get
agenda.
back, get back.
I don't even know who I'm going to pick.
He already knows which one he's going to pick. Biggest drop off.
No, let me think if there's a different answer.
Let me talk. How was that?
Yeah, I did that one.
Ozil.
I don't know who.
Yeah.
Biggest drop off.
I don't think of someone that was like
Oh,
flying at the
fuck,
start.
yeah.
I've got one obvious one, obviously.
This one.
Yeah, I was going to do
Yeah.
that just then.
Yeah.
I'm just putting the midfield in there.
Yeah. His teammate as well. Yeah, definitely.
This one's, I reckon, he's bad, but he's bad. Bad.
If we had to do like just in any league's biggest drop off from when they were bought to now, it has to be Ndombele. Did you see the
Well,
photo
he's
of him?
overweight.
Did you see the photo?
He's overweight.
He's fat.
Well,
now.
but he's living his best life.
For a pro to be overweight is wild. If you're training full time.
I can't really think of anyone else.
Must be alcohol only.
Yeah.
Oh,
must be
no,
drinking
you
every
could.
day.
Oh, that's a good
Because how old is he? He's like 27.
He's not even 20. I think he's probably now
Yeah.
27.
Yeah,
Let
he's
me
not-
go.
He's young. He was
Yeah.
born at 22.
Literally. Let's go. Hold on 1 second when Chris finishes. MJ, you
Oh
got
my
one?
god, I don't have
was
one.
good.
Go that
Yeah,
way.
MJ got
Start
one.
that side.
Yeah.
No, only at the same time.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. But you've got one?
Yeah. Put him down. There's 2 Z's in it.
Yeah, I just assumed he would get said.
Or his buddy.
3, 2,
this one.
1. Turn your boards. Oh, you did.
Oh, good
Fucking
one.
hell, Spurs. Yours is so recency
I was
bias.
gonna-
Mine is purely recency bias.
Yeah, go
You
Well
on.
can't get-
deserved though.
You can't get dropped like
Fucking
that
hell.
twice in a row and then
in
think
a
I'm not
row.
going to talk
What,
about your
2
drop
minutes
off.
apart?
Come on
93
now.
seconds apart.
Spurs have also looked worse in the second
Yes.
half of the season.
That's why we have 3 players from there.
I think a lot due to his injury, but like the way he started, and I don't think many players can keep up that level of form unless they play for City for a whole
Yeah.
season. But yeah, he's just looking very average at the moment.
4 or 3 Tottenham players. MJ, Basuma.
Yeah, I said Basuma / Matto. I feel like they're lucky that Bentancur and Lo Celso are kind of back because Basuma's been completely missing in my opinion. Like he went from being like, yo, he's back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's great.
Coach,
this
bad,
season.
bad.
The
Yeah.
best player.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, terrible.
And I think Matto, you could argue it's the injury, but also he just hasn't picked up any form since then. So I feel like
New haircut.
that's probably what's hurting him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you said something about.
And Madison hasn't been like
AFCON, yeah.
the
Devils.
level bad of like the worst players.
He's not.
But it's the drop off.
Yeah, it's huge.
Compared to
That's
being
what
one
we're
of the
doing, the drop-off.
best players
He
in the
was
league.
phenomenal
Yeah.
at the start of the season. Yeah,
It's actually
But
crazy.
you can speak about Madison more if you want.
Oh no! I think he hasn't been bad, but it's just a drop off.
Drop off, yeah. I did who I said would be the biggest flop of the season.
Did you actually?
Slowly my master plan worked.
How do you feel, man?
His drop off from the first, maybe I'll say 8 games to now. This I don't even think, to be honest, if Liverpool fans are picking their starting lineup for a big game, he's not near the first name on the sheet. I reckon Curtis Jones will get a shout. Harvey
Oh,
Elliott,
no.
depending
Curtis
on the
Jones
game.
not
Not
after
today, but
today.
Harvey Elliott could get a shout. If Thiago's back to fitness, he could get a shout.
Never back to
This
fitness.
guy has been stinking up the place for the better part of the last 3 months, I'd say.
Yeah.
So for me,
And it's not even, if he had just performed like this for the whole season, we'd be like,
be
far
fine.
out. You'd be like, oh,
Not a
suppose
great
like, why isn't he?
signing.
yeah,
doing
he
this?
just needs to ease
But
into the.
yeah, he needs to ease
the
into the
league.
league. But the way he started off
Yeah.
the season, piss
it's
off,
reminiscent. Obviously not as bad, but of Naby Keita. Remember I think we
Oh
talked about
my
this before.
God, the
his
first
first game for of Liverpool. I was like, oh my god, we found him. Like
That's
we knew
the
Stevie
best
G, and then
performance
the
I've
way
ever seen. Yeah.
the way he just crumbled
Yeah.
towards the end of
when
his
he did
time
that
there.
toe poke straight out.
Oh, that was
Champions League
one of
final.
the
Was
worst.
that Champions League final?
Yeah,
Yes, you don't
fucking
remember?
throw in.
That was Champions
When you
League
lost.
final. Yeah, we lost
Yeah.
to Madrid.
Oh, yeah,
that was
yeah.
the 1-0. The game we had so many chances and we
when
was
lost.
back
Courtois
poster.
played the game.
Toe
Yeah, Vinny
poked
back
it
poster.
straight. He did like
That
toe
was
poked it out.
literally-
part of his toe.
It
That's
could have
so
gone out for a
African,
throw.
bro.
Like,
Yeah,
it
it
was
fell to him
so-
edge of the box. I saw someone say, "What's the most infuriating moment in all of football?" And they said that.
Yeah.
was the
Fair play to
worst.
Szoboszlai though. He keeps taking 18 shots a game.
Yeah.
I mean, he's consistent with that.
Yeah, he didn't take one shot
Yeah.
Well,
this morning.
this has been Let 'em Shoot.
Last
Thank you
night.
so much for watching.
Thank you so
Like, share,
much.
subscribe. Please let us know in the comments. I want your answers to the how the hell did I get here questions.
Yes.
So answer them, and the best answer will get a voice note from Bud later that night.
And also, who do you want to?
Oh, sorry, yeah, go.
No, you go. You go.
Oh!
Oh!
Yeah, go.
Oh,
No,
we
you
didn't
go.
talk about-
Yeah, but you go
Okay.
first.
No, I was just thinking the other day, Rick and I were having a debate about fruit. So I just want everyone to comment what their favourite fruit is. What's your favourite fruit?
My favorite fruit, personally, is pineapple.
Oh,
Yeah.
good
Yeah,
shout.
yeah.
But
Interesting.
I just
Good shot.
Purple plum.
Yeah.
purple plum, nice. MJ,
I'll say mango.
Yeah.
nice. The summer fruit.
I'd hate to be unoriginal.
Mango's in my top
and
3.
say mango's mine as well.
Yeah.
It's not Australian mango.
Yeah.
Yeah,
African mango.
Yeah.
but
Not
I
genuine
like
mangoes,
mangoes
though.
for me are very mangoes. Yeah, but
This guy eating plums, man.
plum is
My
straight.
top
Really?
3,
My plum.
sorry, because my top 3 is green apple, mango and
Green apples
pineapple.
are nice.
I think it's so hard because it changes, but to me, the peak of like ripeness, like when they're in season, a peach.
Oh, I do
Like
like
Peaches
when a
are
yellow
delicious.
peach
I don't
is
like
like
nectarines, though.
No, same. When this is why we had the argument because Rick's like nectarines are better and peaches are so mid, and I'm like, no, thank you. Anyway, a peach
Peaches
to
are
me at
juicy.
like the top
Nectarine's
of their.
white.
Yeah.
They can
They can be
yellow
white
as
or
well.
yellow.
Okay, yeah.
Also strawberries, watermelon. They're probably my top three: peaches, strawberries, and watermelon.
Strawberries are overrated, I reckon.
I think
not.
I think
When-
watermelon's overrated.
Watermelons
It hasn't been
overrated,
great
yeah.
this season. Anyway, I didn't mean to get
Grapes.
too
Grapes are in my top.
Grapes are excellent.
The
Green.
grapes at
Green.
the
Nah,
moment
both-
are.
Yeah.
They're like
Purple
big
ones.
and
I've been getting them
Specific.
cotton candy ones.
Are
Oh
they
my
good?
god, they're so
Rick
good.
didn't really like. Ricky's
It's just like the name
We
of
bring
them, but they're
back-
just so
Rick
good.
bring home 3
Yeah.
bags of grapes every like 2 days. Rick and Sebi eat
Grapes
so
are
many.
goated.
The
Mandarins
thing with
are
grapes
also
is you can
underrated.
just,
Summer?
like,
In
They
summer?
make my mouth a bit itchy, but I do like
they
them.
do when you eat too many. But yeah, just a little wine.
Do you guys put them in the
Tell
fridge?
us what your favorite.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
they've gotta be.
Oh,
They
yeah.
they just go too soft. If I pick up a grape and it's like a little bit squishy, I'm like, no, it needs
Yeah.
to be firm.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. Anyway, tell us what your favorite fruit is.
Just quickly, guys.
Oh, we finish.
You know who fucking won again on the weekend?
Another
More
one.
importantly,
Another one.
You know, people are starting
Oh,
to wait for the
man.
downfall now. They're
They
like,
are.
let's
They're preying
another
on
one.
us.
when we lose.
They're
Another
preying
one.
on our fucking downfall. You know who's in team of the week this week?
Badike.
Oba.
Oba.
And Badika, whatever he's fucking.
Danny told us
team of
not
the
to get
week.
too excited.
Oh
I was like,
my
excuse
God.
you.
Yeah.
Listen.
How dare they?
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Let's give them
We
another
will get
recap
ahead
of
of-
what we did this
Quick
week.
recap.
Quick
Tokyo Youth Club hosted Niger. And originally, I'm not going to lie, when we were in the running for teams, we leaned towards, we wanted
we did.
Niger.
Niger FC,
We
yeah.
wanted Niger FC. But when we felt a deep connection with
happened for a
Tokyo,
reason, you know?
everything happened
Yep.
for a reason. We were drawn to them. And now we're fucking 2 from 2.
Yeah.
At home, 3-1. Again, goal difference is up.
Unreal. Conceded one goal.
What have we created in Tokyo at the stadium?
It's movement.
What
That's
have we
I
created? Movement?
Movement.
MJ? One
Just
word.
heart. Just heart, yeah.
Heart. Samuel?
A fortress.
Fortress is what I was looking for from the first two, but
We got there. We got there in the
heart
end.
and
I got it.
movement.
Culture.
Movement. Culture.
Yeah.
Exactly. Movement, heart, and a fortress we've
And a
created.
good system.
Because how else can you give belief to a whole city, even a whole nation,
Facts.
if you can't get it done at home?
Exactly.
So
If
true.
when people are coming into your own backyard, they're coming to your house. That's like me, MJ. I come to your house,
Yep.
and you can't sort out everything. You don't. You're
Yeah.
not the boss.
Yeah.
How can somebody else come to your house and be the boss?
I'm
It's not
getting my own
possible.
water. I'm getting my own food.
No
How's that?
way.
It's like going to Denai's crib. you know?
Exactly.
No way. It's not. It's not possible.
I've seen you all do that.
So for me, so for me, what we've created, what we've created as our club, my fridge is
Weirdest
not
fridge I've
your
ever seen
fridge.
as well.
All right, my washing machine is
No
not your
drinks,
washing
eh?
machine.
Facts.
My pantry, ask me before you open it.
Yep.
Because this is our house.
Yeah.
This is not. This doesn't belong to no Niger FC. You can't
Facts.
come in, get your fingers all
Yeah.
over my stuff.
If
You know
I'm
what
coming to
saying?
your house and we both want to eat,
Yeah.
and I have to wash the plate after you eat because there's only one, I don't want to go there.
No way.
Look, don't go to Denai's crib
If you're hungry.
unless you
Moral
want Sara Lee
support.
ice cream or something like that. He's got nothing else.
No, Sarah, the cheesecake.
And a boss
coffee.
A
espresso.
boss coffee or a
If
V.
you want
There's a
water,
V,
forget
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
There's no
thanks.
running
There's
water
no
at that
water
crib
as
either.
well, yeah.
Listen,
No
Holf,
New
snacks.
guy, that new guy.
Holf.
You know, to start the season off, they said he was our best attacker. He was our most dangerous player. We obviously put belief in him, but we had to partner him up the top.
with the Wonderkind. Wonderkind in German.
Wonderkind.
Vanderkin.
Vanda
Wonder
King.
King.
Yeah, Ghana.
Badika.
Because
Assist, goal.
What a player.
Oba.
Alba. They thought our five at the back was just luck.
Yeah.
Leicester
They thought it
you,
was
baby.
luck.
Tactics.
Originally, the creators told us, MJ, you know the scouting reports, everything came in and said play 4-3-3 or
Yeah.
4-2-3-1.
No,
That's what they told us. But last season, we conceded goals. We couldn't score goals.
Yeah.
What did we do? We put two of the most dangerous forwards up front.
MJ, what wins you championships?
Heart, man.
Go ask me now.
Sammy, what wins you championships?
Defense.
Defense. Thank you.
That's
Thank
what
you.
wins
Clean
championships.
sheets. Clean sheets, exactly.
Oh,
it.
man.
And Bud, what wins games?
Pure determination, drive,
Yeah.
ability.
Goals.
Goals.
Exactly.
Goals win you games.
Goals
and
win you
goals.
games.
That's an abbreviation
to
for
put it more
goals.
simply, goals.
Goals.
You know, I heard people at like leaving the stadium saying, "This feels a lot like Leicester year." So
There's
beliefs there.
murmurs going around the league that we're linked to Paris, the Paris job. You think we're leaving our club?
Fuck no.
No way.
Absolutely not.
Just to
He said, "I'll take it."
just to put everything clear,
Yeah.
we're not leaving Tokyo.
Nah, we need to run 2 clubs, I reckon, maybe.
What's that thing? Who said, I'm not leaving.
I'm not fucking leaving.
leaving.
I'm not
Yeah.
fucking leaving.
I'm not fucking leaving.
Yeah.
Can people buy player cards and stuff like that?
Player cards you can buy. If you want to help us out, if you got
Yeah.
this phone episode, we should have put this at the start. One Future Football, go there, get some player cards, train them, train the Tokyo youth players.
Sign up and say
'Cause
you're a fan of us.
They're going to make our players better. They're going to make our team better, and we're going to give even more hell to the opposition.
Absolutely.
Hell,
Who
we're
do
giving
we
him
have
hell.
Next week, Chris,
luck
we
to
only
them.
take it one
1 week at a
One-
sorry. I'm
one
getting
day
ahead
at
of
a
my,
time, even.
I'm getting excited. here. I'm
Right now,
getting-
the boys are in training.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
So
Sorry.
they're not focused on the game
They're not
yet.
focused on the
That's
game.
training.
Yet. That's
They don't
next
even know
session.
they're
It's recovery and
That's
stuff.
next
Exactly.
We're just focusing on, you know, Riley's feeding him right now.
Yeah, pause.
That's why
That's
he's not here.
That's why he's not here.
Yeah.
You know what our theme song next week is going to be? When you see my face, hope it gives you
Yeah,
hell, hope
exactly.
it gives you hell.
All about the
That was
game.
really raspy. I like
Raspy.
it.
I've been practicing.
It's all about the game.
What's that song? This
Love has taken.
Maroon 5.
No.
What are you
But
singing?
what song are they listening to in the gym?
is my house.
Oh, they listen to 20% skill, 15% concentrated power, will.
That's it, every
Chris, you know what they're listening
every video.
If they're in
Football
cruise
video
mode,
to
you know what they're
that.
listening to? They block them doors and turn the lights down low.
Yeah.
I can give them a whole playlist.
Yeah. Pot bellies, probably.
Yeah?
Pot bellies.
Sing it, I don't know.
I'm here with all of my people.
Yeah, that's a good song.
So let me
What's
hear
that,
you scream if you're with me.
Gospel rock.
Oh, Kirk Franklin.
No. What's that?
Akadaka.
Yo, my if I praise God.
Yo, mind if I praise God? No, not that.
Akadaka.
Okay,
Oh, actually,
guys.
this-
What's
Wake me up! Wake me up! I can't wake up!
Evanescence.
Evanescence.
Sorry,
Yeah,
They
they're
got some dark
They
tracks.
do, man.
They got some dark shit.
Alright.
gospel.
church?
They're
Christian
church music.
Christian rock.
Are they?
Yeah.
Christian rock.
Wake me up! Wake me up inside!
Yeah.
I can't wake up!
My mom heard that song and she was like, "This is some
This is
demonic
devil
music."
music.
No, no, it's Christian
It's
rock.
Christian rock.
Wake me up.
It's telling you to wake up and be with God.
I thought about suicide.
And
What
save
a
me.
bloody film could be.
I thought it was like
Bring me to
dark.
life.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's
Bring me
so
to,
that's
feed me the
basically-
blood of Christ.
Yeah,
I mean the body of Christ. Amen.
bruh.
Body of
Evanescence
Christ.
cannot be Christian.
Wake me up inside!
Can't wake
Guys,
up.
thank you for watching.
wake up.
This has been the
so
episode.
much.
Thank you guys. Tokyo Youth Club.